Hello. Hey, hi. How you doing? How's it going? Is that Zone's voice? Who the fuck is Zone? I don't know who the fuck that is.
3 months says his only baby.
How's everyone doing today?
You do you. I'm gonna keep pooping.
You know, I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. I'm glad you guys are here.
That's my bio.
Yes, I'm glad. This is my job. So, you know, without you guys, I wouldn't. I would be a poor vampire. Have you ever seen a poor vampire? No, you haven't. Do you know how hard we work? We have to work and be alive forever. At least you guys get to die.
Thanks for sticking around.
Or retire. Usually the first one, though. Listen, I don't want to talk about my previous careers, but there's been many. You guys keep saying this Zone person, and I don't know them.
If you love something, let it go. If it resubscribes, then that's great.
17 months? Nudges.
Do I ever model? Oh, well. I'm sure you could call some of those photos modeling, but... Am I endorsed by Twitch? I'm not sure. Are any of us endorsed by Twitch? I show up in paintings, if that counts.
Ahoy, sailor!
I gotta lie there for a really, really long time. It gets uncomfortable. Legs get tired. I mean, think about it.
So, I mean, what's the deal with magnets?
We're gonna be
How do
watching
they work?
some interesting things, I think. I've got one gem, and if y'all haven't seen it yet, you're gonna fucking love it. But that's not until the end of the stream, so if you leave early, too fucking bad. You're gonna miss out, and you're gonna be sad, and then you're gonna have to sit around and watch the VOD and be lonely and not be here while it's happening. You don't want that, right? You want to be here, right? I'm a gem. That's very sweet, thank you. My name is Cecilia Littlewing. Cute, right? I mean, I'm not introducing myself. I've been here for quite some time. It's you who's new, alright? Not me. What, am I supposed to do an introduction of myself every single time that we do one of these streams? I can't. Okay. Yeah, go back 3 years, find the first VOD, and, you know, get an intro. That's right, 3 years. These fucking new VTubers think they're so cute, so special. Bitch, I've been here. That's right, earwig.
bits.
Aw, that's very sweet. Thank you for the bits. Does Cecilia like K-pop, preferably BTS? K-pop's pretty good. I'm not mad at it, ever. Like, oh, you know, there's a little bit of envy when you think about, like, previous boy bands of like, time. None of them could fucking dance. Not a single one. The songs, pretty bland. You know what I mean? All of these new groups, my god, it's like turned up to like 20. Like they all can dance. They're all gorgeous. They're all so very talented. It's y'all are getting raised on some incredible shit. Do the Baha Men count as a boy band? Yes. Absolutely. Quick, name another Baha Men song. Go! I said another one because you can't say Who Let the Dogs Out. Go! See, here's the problem. I can't confirm any of this, so y'all could be lying and I wouldn't know, to be quite honest. Will I wear anything other than black? No. You think black looks good on me? I don't know her, Odamon. If I had a Pokemon, which one would it be? It's a really hard question. I'll think about it. Well, we have something important to get to.
Trust. You can trust that they won't hurt you, and also that they'll help you out if they can.
We get together and we'll say things at exactly the same time in exactly the same tone of voice. It's kind of scary sometimes.
A friend, to me, is someone who knows you inside and out.
The advantage of
Inside?
having friends who are spiritually minded.
I don't know about that. Not all my friends get that access.
Coming up on Young People Ask, roadblocks to friendship.
They have their own little groups, and if you're not in that group, then you're not invited either.
Young people talk about friendship with God.
Well, I definitely think
My best friend,
with God is a
Jesus.
concept to understand.
The dangers of making the wrong
Honey,
kind of friends.
we don't need to see your gums.
Association, basically at school.
And then, a modern day drama.
Why your parents tell me we had a flat tire or something?
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're different from the other girls, aren't you?
I'm not like other girls.
Young People Ask, how can I make real
I love
friends?
Jesus.
There exists a friend sticking closer than a brother. The Bible said that almost 3,000 years ago, and it's still true today. Everybody needs friends. The problem is, making friends is not always easy. Sometimes young people feel that they just don't fit in, even with their Christian brothers. They feel like they're always on the outside, looking in.
Make friends while playing sports. They'll make fun of the way I jump. I can't.
The road to friendship is not always an easy ride. Young people in 4 different countries told us of some of the roadblocks they've encountered. The first roadblock? Feeling left out.
They have their own little groups, and if you're not in that group, then you're not invited either.
If you're not at a certain age, you don't belong. It's like at amusement parks. If you're not a certain height, you can't get on the ride. That's what a lot of young people do to you.
Being ignored can affect us a lot. You can get
I love
so
good
sad
tape quality.
you just don't want to open up to anyone.
Well, for me, when I came from Bolivia, I got here and I had no friends. I felt so strange. Everybody speaking a different language. Everybody was looked different than me.
Well, being shy, at times, it can seem lonely because you're too scared or too shy to associate with them, so you rather stay home and just do your own thing.
Whether you're young, new in town, or just shy, it hurts to feel left out. But there is a solution to these problems. Following the advice of God's Word, the Bible. It has the best advice on friendship
Fuck
ever
yeah.
written. For example, Philippians 2:4 gives us one of the keys to making friends. Taking a personal interest in others.
If you show interest in other people, they will do the same for you.
If we want to have friends, we first have to be friends ourselves. You have to take the initiative.
My mom's always pushing me. Okay, I want you to talk to a certain number of people at this meeting. I'm trying to widen out.
A good place to widen out is at the Kingdom Hall.
Good, how's it going? That's Take care.
Why not take the initiative and try to meet people?
Hey, how you doing, Will? It's good to see you. Real good to see you again.
I like to arrive at meetings 20 minutes before they begin. In that way, I have the opportunity to speak with more people.
Probably the best way to meet people would be
by going out in service. They put you with a person that you might not actually talk to usually in the Kingdom Hall, and then you're like, oh man, I'm with this person and I wanted to go with this sister or something like that. Eventually you start talking, and that's how you meet the person, you get to know them better.
Feeling left out is just one roadblock to friendship. For some young people, another roadblock may be personality.
I think somebody who really is out to impress everybody really turns people off because they constantly talk about themselves and don't really listen to what everybody else has to say.
The whole conversation is on that person.
You wouldn't like to be with a person that's conceited, because all the time they're just talking about themselves.
I get the impression.
Yeah, but what if I'm
once
like
people get to
more
know me,
interesting than
They
you,
no longer want to be my
and you have
friends,
nothing to say?
because I'm very impulsive. Well, I yell a lot.
Sometimes we need to make changes in our personality. As the Bible says, we must continue to be readjusted. God can help us to make these changes.
I pray to Jehovah for self-control, and that I become less impulsive. Each time I pray to Jehovah, I ask him to help me, and I feel things are getting better.
If you feel insecure and you want people to like you, one thing to be careful of is not to become too overbearing or neurotic or nervous and try to really force it.
The best way to make yourself likable is to be yourself. Don't try to be someone that you're not, because if you try to put on this front or a different person, people are going to see through that.
Another way to
What if you want to be a vampire?
Is
Is
to
that
learn
okay?
to communicate. Ecclesiastes 3:7 says, "There's a time to keep quiet and a time to speak."
I've been told I talk a lot. But now I'm going to be quiet for the rest of the interview. There's a time for everything. There's a time for everything. And that's something I had to learn.
I think knowing how to listen is one of the most important things, right? Because in a friendship, there's communication and there's dialogue.
It shows you're interested in others when you don't interrupt the person who's talking.
A true friend knows how to listen to other people's problems.
When your friend starts telling you his feelings, but you ignore him and go on to something else that you want to talk about, well, that wouldn't be very nice. And he's going to say, "What kind of friend is that?"
Working on our personality can help us to win friends. Even so, we can hit another.
You don't need
roadblock
friends. You just need
if we
Jesus.
seem to become too close.
I tended to be very jealous with my friends. I wanted them all for myself. So when they were friendly with other people, I would get offended.
That's how I feel about cheesecake. You know,
like to
you
have
just get yourself a whole cheesecake. Don't want to share.
Because I've had that experience when they get so close to you that they just don't want to let go.
At 2 Corinthians 6:13, the Bible tells us to widen out.
Don't let your one friend be your answer to happiness.
If they're just relying on you, then they have the problem of not widening out. And they're missing out on so much more of what's in the congregation than just you.
Widening out opens up opportunities for friendship that you may have overlooked.
A whole bunch of the guys will always be together. And then we noticed this other guy always being alone. At the beginning, we used to think he was like,
That's
this
my
guy's not working, he's
bio.
not good. So our surprise, the guy was really nice. He was really funny.
There's never been a lot of young people in our congregation, but we looked around to see who we could get along with, even if we weren't the same age. We also looked in other congregations. Now we have a nice group.
Yes, widen out. Get to know the brothers and sisters in your congregation. Learn to enjoy a variety of people, people of different ages and backgrounds. So, take an interest in others. Work on personality flaws. Widen out. When you follow Bible principles, you'll find that others enjoy being around you, and making friends becomes easier.
But what if you're a really old vampire who doesn't leave their home?
Friendship, however,
How do I make friends? All the spiders in my house are my friends. They're quite lovely. You guys know Charlotte? You know her?
was younger, I didn't really think of Jehovah that much as a person.
Well, I definitely think that having a friendship with God is a hard concept to understand.
I like the scripture that says, "Taste and see that Jehovah is good," because if you want to get to know Jehovah as a friend and
you gotta
develop a
taste
relationship
him.
with him,
Yeah, like him
you
up
do
and
have to
down.
put forth effort, and you have to take
A lot of
first step,
effort.
you could say.
You have to see Jehovah as a person and that he's real. And that when you pray, you know that he's hearing you.
When I'm all alone, I take advantage of the opportunity to talk to him. I talk to him all the time.
There is no greater feeling than having Jehovah as your friend, and it's worth the effort.
Friends in your life come and go, but the only person who will never truly leave you is Jehovah.
He can be your friend forever if you want him to be.
Our family went through some hard times. Having a single mom, we didn't know where our next meal was coming from. We would be able to pay the rent. And that's I think the biggest thing I've learned in my life is to throw that anxiety upon Jehovah. And he'll take care of you. And every single time, without fail, he's come through for us.
My parents weren't in the truth. The only thing I had was Jehovah. So I had developed a real relationship with him.
When I think of a friend, I think
That's
of
my
somebody you
bio.
desire
Zone
to
love,
tell
zone love.
your feelings to, but you can always tell Jehovah.
That sounds like a really boring friendship. When I think about friends, it's usually someone that I could like get drunk with and party with.
Whenever I have a problem, whenever I'm down, I always know that I can go to him anytime that I want to for anything.
I think you kind of go from where it's just saying his name into the microphone as a one-word answer to a point where he's real to you. And he's there, and he's in your everyday life, and you want him there more than anything. Because
So you
he's your
guys,
friend, and you know
imaginary
that he's the
friends
best
are
friend that
real
could
to
ever
you?
have.
That's sweet.
When you make Jehovah your best friend,
Can vampires
you'll be
get
drawn
drunk?
to
Yes, why
others
do you
who
think
do
we were always
likewise.
drinking wine? We just get to stay drunk all the
You
time.
can enjoy friendships with people of different ages and backgrounds.
I'm like Jesus. My blood is basically wine.
Positive way.
Hey, thanks for sticking around.
The help from the other young
Almost
people in
2
the
years as
congregation.
his own lane.
They
Hell of
always
an
tried to
awesome
include
ride.
me, not only in recreation, but also in spiritual activities.
I think that having friends that are older than ourselves is a good thing, because we can talk to them about our problems. Then, as friends, they'll help us.
You're telling me I gotta go to a church to make friends?
Brothers and
I don't
sisters,
think I'm allowed there.
I mean, I've experienced it. They're the best listeners.
I like to play ball. At first, I didn't want to hang out with them because I look at them, they're all quiet or they're too old. They can't play. So one day we're like, all right, let's go after the meeting and play basketball. I was surprised these guys could play.
We beat you.
We beat you in basketball. They beat you.
My main adult friends are my parents. I think they're the ones who can give you the best advice, since they love you more than anyone else.
I talk to my mom and dad, and they listen. And I know that sounds very storybookish, like it's out of some story fairy tale, but it's what happened to me.
Whether they're young or old, the best kind of friends are people who are friends of God. Among true Christians, you can find friends who will not hurt you, but who will help you. You can have friends who won't tear you down, but who will build you up. You can have friends you can trust, who are loyal. If you are a friend of God, you will never be without real friends.
Kayla? That girl is off the hook with slamming. Oh man, she looks.
Not everyone is satisfied with wholesome Christian association.
Yeah.
Some are envious of young people who seem to be more exciting, who seem to be having a good time.
No, they're definitely having a good time.
When you're young, you need to feel accepted and to belong to a group.
You jump through all kinds of hoops, you do all of these kind of things with your attire, with the way you wear your hair, with the way you talk, with the way you stand, to try to fit in.
Everybody bought the same pair of sneakers, and it was like, if you didn't have these sneakers, it's like you weren't cool.
That desire to fit in can be harmful
That
if
has
it
nothing
draws
to
you
do
to the
with
wrong crowd.
having friends. You either have the cool sneakers and do a weed, or you suck and you have no friends.
Spoil useful habits.
Bad association would be anybody who doesn't love Jehovah.
It's the person who shows by his attitude and his way of doing things that he doesn't follow Jehovah's principles.
The Bible's warning against bad association can even apply within the congregation.
Some young people in the congregation, like, they'll act one way in the meetings, but as soon as they go out, you know, they start acting a different way.
And then you're like, who is this? This isn't the same person that was in the meeting yesterday.
Because you can see that there are many young people that are like real rebellious, and you can see right away that they're not good associations.
I think you can tell a lot about a person by what he talks about. Does he just talk about having fun? Or does he talk about spiritual things?
What's wrong with just talking about having fun?
You may recognize that certain youth are bad associations.
I gotta talk about Jesus all day for you to like me?
Not to envy them.
When you're around these worldly kids and they're all dating and doing the sports thing. And
What if I
you
talk
wanna be
about
in with
witchcraft?
what they're doing.
Technically
There's
spiritual,
times when you want to
you know?
do stuff, and then your parents are like, well, they're not good association and stuff, so you wonder, well, if I can't hang out with them, who am I going to hang out with?
Living by godly standards will limit your choice of friends. It will also make you stand out as different.
There's a lot of pressure on you as a witness. They think you're weird, that you belong to a sect or something strange.
You do. You are weird. You're walking door to door and trying to talk to me when I'm just trying to get drunk at 3 in the afternoon. Leave me alone, please.
Faced with such pressures, it may be tempting to hide your Christian beliefs.
When I ran into classmates while out in service, they would see that I was dressed up, and they'd ask me what I was doing. But I was afraid to tell them that I was preaching.
The desire to be liked, to fit in, to be like everybody else is powerful. So powerful that some even secretly crave association with the wrong crowd.
This is me if I was cool and I knew how to do the cool secret handshakes.
Two young Christians recall how bad associations nearly led to their spiritual ruin.
I got involved in bad association basically at school.
I sought out people who were those things, like exciting and cool and fun, and witnesses that were leading double lives.
Some of them sold drugs, anything from marijuana to crack cocaine.
It pretty much started off with
What a selection.
drinking.
You know, selling drugs was the end thing to do. The guys were going around with beepers. They had money. For some reason, I felt that I could sell but not use.
We'd go to some parking lot somewhere and pull out the booze.
What is the point of this tape? To make
Basically,
friends.
it was all
We're trying to learn how to make
at
friends.
school. My mother was out service, my dad was working, so they didn't know what I was doing.
Oh, definitely. It affects you spiritually. You constantly are feeling guilty, of course.
I really didn't have any love for Jehovah in my heart. If it was there, I couldn't feel it. I knew what the Bible said as far as any of the other children in the congregation, I could give you the same answers they did. So it wasn't the head knowledge but it just wasn't in my heart.
There's only so much you can do for so long, and you're eventually going to get caught.
Then my mom, she pleaded with me basically
Just bad at your
to
job
give
if you get caught.
Jehovah one more chance.
It all came out, so we had lots of elders meetings.
So I really made an effort to, try to have a relationship myself with Jehovah.
Oh, telling my parents was harder than anything. Because when you're involved in wrongdoing, you think,
what did she do?
I'm hurting. I know I'm hurting myself, but I decide to hurt myself. And it doesn't affect anybody else. And then to speak to them and let them know how you've let them down.
Oh God, that dress is a crime.
Them be so wounded.
You should apologize to your family for that.
Association. I started hanging around with, some of the witness kids in the area, and they helped me out a lot.
My relatives and my friends and the good examples in the congregation, they helped me to see that you absolutely have to change your association if you want to do good.
What I regret most is that I wasted all these years being
Sounds boring,
selfish when I
to be
could
quite
have been
honest.
Serving Jehovah. My parents, they really had a lot of love for me, but I don't know, in return, I just gave them basically nothing but heartache.
And I thought I knew what I could handle and what I couldn't. But Jehovah knows what's going to hurt you.
I am so tired of her.
And so, if you just trust in that,
I drink some
a successful
alcohol.
youth without all that pain.
I feel so terrible for it. Shut up.
Life is just so much better for me. The blessings that you get, Jehovah gives you, and by just serving him, it's incomparable to what the world has to offer.
Like, selling drugs and consuming alcohol is pretty different on the spectrum here. She just wanted to feel included, and she really didn't need to be.
Back in Bible times, a young woman
Wow,
named
she's
Dinah
beautiful.
got involved with bad associations. What were the consequences? Cast members of a modern-day drama.
I love her
recall the
baby
Bible
bowl
account.
that she's holding.
Dinah was the daughter of Jacob.
She moved along with Jacob's family to a new area.
The scriptures say that she used to go out to visit the daughters of the land. It was a custom with her.
She was putting herself in a compromising situation. At some point, a Canaanite man named Shechem noticed her.
He was the most honorable man in his father's house, but he
Cool
was still
bandana,
not a worshiper
dude.
of Jehovah.
He was handsome. He had his pick of women.
But there was something about Dinah that must have attracted him. It had a lot to do with her innocence and her inexperience.
And her big, fat, juicy titties.
She put herself in a compromising situation.
Rock hard nipples poking through that sheer white dress.
Situation.
They might have just started talking or, laughing about something, and one thing leads to another. I'm sure it would have been devastating because he forced her to have sex. She got herself into this situation, and that she'd hurt.
Yes,
not
religious
only her
people never
family,
force their
her
wives to have
father,
sex.
her parents, but Jehovah too. Even though the Dinah account is from history, that it still definitely applies today. This kind of situation can definitely happen.
I think this drama is going to help a lot of people, kids and adults, to see that what happened to Dinah could happen to any of us if we let it.
Whoa. That was a transition. Wow.
Dear Chrissy, sorry it's
Oh, she got
taken
one
me
of
so
those
long
Russian
to get to
nesting
your
dolls.
letters. It was
Cool.
crazy around here for a while. Anyway, I want you to know that I'm okay. But Chrissy, something you said in your last letter worried me. You said that you thought the friends at the Kingdom Hall were boring, and that the kids at school were a lot more fun. If you knew what I've been through recently, you'd understand why I'm worried. You've probably wondered why I haven't written you since we moved here. I guess I've been too ashamed. But now I think I need to tell you.
To be honest, I just don't like you. And writing a letter is a lot of effort. Have you ever tried writing a letter?
I understood why we had to move, with Dad getting the new job and everything. But that didn't make things any easier. I was leaving behind all my friends.
Oh, honey, watch out for your back.
Don't worry, I'll be okay.
Mom and Dad were so busy with our new home and their new jobs.
Oh, you know I don't have
Cool
I
hat,
didn't
Mom.
want to burden them with how miserable I felt. I started writing poetry again.
Oh,
It
God.
seemed to take my mind off my loneliness.
Have you ever read a teenage girl's poetry?
At the new
Oh,
congregation, Mom and Dad were eager to make
sweetie,
friends.
burn that book. Don't let anyone find it in the
I had a
future.
major attitude problem.
You will cringe your guts out.
Well, it was nice meeting you, Tara.
Yeah, same here.
I wonder what was wrong with her. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, you must be Tara.
Hi.
Hi. I just met your parents. They are so nice.
Thanks.
Well, anyway, my name is Stacy. Do you mind if I sit down?
There was this pioneer sister, Stacy Evans. She tried really hard to be nice.
So,
Why is everyone wearing pastel?
Lucinda Falls. Oh, Lucinda Falls, sorry. Pretty small town, huh?
It's not that small.
Oh, sorry. I
That's
didn't mean to.
okay.
Must be pretty hard being away from all your friends, huh?
Excuse me, brothers. Could everyone please find their seats?
Stacy, it was nice meeting you. I just wasn't ready to make any new friends. Chrissy, I had never, ever felt so alone.
You're not allowed to
School was the
skateboard
final
in
brushstroke
school.
of this portrait of misery.
He's not very good at it. He needed to hold on to someone the whole
So out
time.
of place. It was like I didn't even exist. A few weeks later, though, things seemed to change for the better. It was in Mr. Beckwith's English class.
That was so 5 years ago.
All right, listen up. You don't look happy. Listen up, people.
What are we going to do about the party?
Cool hat.
That's oh, so opposite grades. Okay, now the question, what are we going to do about?
Thank you. This past weekend, while you were out partying, this overworked and underpaid English teacher spent his weekend reading your poems.
Gross.
Take this masterpiece, for example. I think I shall never see a guy as cool as Anthony's. He's very strong and cute and tall. I like to show him off in the shopping mall.
I mean, it rhymes.
And guess who authored this work of art? My skateboard makes a sound when it hits the ground that can be by people.
No, Mr. B, you gotta read it with a little rhythm, a little style, some attitude.
Sit, Kyle, sit.
Or I could just sit. Some of you did write verses that rightly can be called lyrical poetry. Now we'll have that select few present their poems before the class. Sorry, Miss Taylor. Not this time.
Ugh, is she gonna have some, like,
First up,
super deep, emotional poem?
Great. As if being the new kid in class wasn't bad enough. Now I had to be put on public exhibition.
Matt. I don't know. I have her in my 7th period, though.
Does she always look like that? Farm girl.
I was sick. I remember the day I caught loneliness.
Okay, come on.
I remember the day I caught loneliness. It was the day we moved away. It lay like a stone in my lap, and no matter how I tried,
Get
crying,
over it.
tearing, it simply would not go away. I never knew emptiness.
You're like 14 years old. Get over it.
Lost in this world so vast and uncaring.
You won't even remember those people's names in like 10 years. Believe me.
I took steps to destroy it before it sapped me, crushed me, left me victim. I pulled harder, ripping that stone right from my heart, and threw it all back into the void from where it came. Yes, I had thrown loneliness away.
Thank you, Miss Madsen.
She's the kind of girl who sits down and writes fan fiction.
Notice her use of simile
You know?
when she says, "It laid like a stone."
For weeks I had been invisible to these kids.
That contributes to the lyrics.
My
Suddenly,
favorite
they
subject
noticed
is
me.
English. I want to be a writer.
Do you know what this shows me? That you're all capable of writing poetry. It's just a matter of making the effort. Don't forget, people, due Friday, dramatic dialogue, theme, suffering, loss, partner optional.
So, you're a math genius too.
Oh, hi, Lori.
And some kind of frustrated poet just waiting to be discovered.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, Mr. Beckwith sure drooled over your poetry.
So?
So, I figure you're the one to help me with the class assignment.
You mean the dramatic dialogue?
Yeah, theme suffering loss. Anyway, I have to get an A on it.
Why, you're flunking English?
No, but I gotta pull my grades up in order to get into college. So I figured
No, because I'm 27 years old and I've repeated the 12th grade so many times.
Come on, Tara. Mr. B said we could use a partner.
I'm supposed to believe she's a high schooler.
I like to work alone when
No.
Please don't make me beg.
I actually felt sorry.
That half-up ponytail isn't fooling anybody.
Is that a yes?
I guess.
Yes. Okay, I'll pick you up tomorrow and you can go to my place.
Your place? Why can't we just do it here?
This place is gross. Besides, we'll have a lot more privacy. Okay, ciao.
Going to her house wasn't exactly what I had in mind. But at the time, I couldn't think of any way to get out of it. And I have to admit, I was a little curious about this girl.
She fucking live at a hotel?
We both had a serious case of writer's block.
Beckwith drives me crazy with these assignments.
Y'all rent out the country club? What happened here?
Didn't he say it can mean whatever we want it to mean? So we make something up.
Like what?
Like when your parents make you move away and you lose everything you care about.
Tell me about it.
What, you too?
Hey, I wasn't always the picture of charm and fashion that you see before you today.
Fashion.
We used to live in a small house in a small town. And then Dad hit it big in the stock market. And voila. Goodbye, friends. Hello, loneliness. I don't know why I'm telling you all this.
That's it.
That's what?
The loss. We do a dramatic dialogue about the loss of friendship.
You mean about friends moving away?
No, a little too close to home.
Then how about because they've had a fight?
A fight? About what?
Hello, about guys. What else do girls fight about?
Finally, the ideas were flowing. We got together again the next day.
So there's 2 women, and we can make them really old, like 30.
Yeah, and they're both hopelessly in love with this guy.
Spot on with that age.
Nah.
You definitely can pull off 30.
As I got to know Lori,
I'm
my
sorry.
opinion of her began to change.
Is that Gangster's
I never
Paradise,
would've
but
guessed
not
we had so
Gangster's
much in
Paradise?
common.
Is this allowed?
Pictures. Who's this? Oh, that was my best friend Misty. We used to do everything together. Anyway,
You can't fucking do that.
Can you believe it? Don't you miss it sometimes? Yeah, a little. But mostly my friends.
So, Proverbs 13:20 says, "He that is walking with wise persons,
What if this font gets muted?
but he is having dealings with the stupid ones will fare badly." Now, when the Bible says stupid ones, it's not talking about people who are unintelligent, but about people who do not follow godly standards.
All I could think about was getting together again with Lori.
You can't have him, Alexandra. Brett is mine.
Uh-oh.
Let's take it from the top.
You can't have him, Alexandra. Brett is mine.
Yours?
Do they kiss at the end of the scene? Did they practice it a lot?
The problem, Kimberly. It's always been about you.
Doesn't our friendship mean anything at all to you?
Here it comes. Our friendship? Write it off as a loss, honey. Your loss, my gain.
Okay, so we weren't ready for Broadway. But the class loved it. A week ago, I couldn't stand this girl. Suddenly, Lori's friends didn't mind being seen with me.
Is this the plot of Mean Girls?
Okay, no, that was just for an A. But you have definitely earned a seat at this table, Tara.
Yeah, we had an opening for a literary genius.
Erin, please, I'm no genius.
Ooh, and so modest.
Girl, if I had your talent, I'd cash in on it. What do you mean?
Hello, scholarships, a career, fame,
Money?
guys,
And money.
and guys.
No, writing's just a hobby for me. So what do you plan to do, flip burgers? Well, I need to do something to support myself, but...
What's wrong with
I really
flipping
wanna help
burgers?
people.
I've been trained for hours to do it well.
More like volunteer work.
Volunteer work?
Yeah.
You think we watch those Wendy's training videos for nothing?
Teach what? Hello? Teachers don't make any money? No, let me explain. You see, well, I mean, I'm one of...
Hold that thought. Yeah? Hey, Joanna. Oh, cool. Of course I'll be there. All right, ciao. Summer clearance girls, today only. Tara, you can't miss it.
I don't think I can. I don't have any money with me.
Have no fear. Daddy's credit card is here. Besides, I owe you big time.
Okay, I'm jealous now.
For Miss Lucinda Falls outfit? It's Lucinda Falls. Whatever. And besides, what's wrong with my outfit?
Now I was in Lori's circle of friends. But I had to make a few changes to fit in.
Oh, I love it.
Check this out. Great. Hey. Wait till Mark sees you. Mark?
Hello, Mark in your English class, Mark.
I
He's been
don't
checking you out ever
know
since
that that's a good outfit.
He's cute, and Daddy has...
They're setting you up for a failure.
Mentioned that he's recently become available. I could definitely see you two together.
Together? I don't want to be together with anyone.
We could set you up.
Well, if he's so great, how come none of you are interested in him? I'm seeing somebody already. Ditto.
And I'm with Anthony, remember? And he's in college, thank you.
Besides, I'm not into the sensitive intellectual type.
Yeah, just like that last mutant you were dating.
The intellectually charged type. Don't even get me started on some of the losers you've dated.
Anyway, you are interested, aren't you, Tara?
Well, no. I mean, I don't know.
Don't worry, Tara.
We'll arrange everything.
Arrange what?
Arrange what?
The girls also figured I needed a little help with my social life.
Mark, she's way different from the other girls you've dated. I mean, she's into charity and volunteering and that sort of stuff.
She wants to be a social worker or something like that.
Oh, hi, Tara. Mark, you are so funny. Hi, Tara. Hey, Tara, we saved a seat just for you.
Thanks.
You know Mark Chandler, don't you?
Yeah, we're in the same English class.
And you are the great poet and playwright.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm serious. You were really great. So, how do you like life near the big city?
Well, I haven't actually seen a city yet.
Get out. What do you do when you're not at school?
Sleep.
Yeah, on
In a
meatloaf
coffin
day.
surrounded by candles.
Here you go.
Isn't he so sweet? Anyway, on weekends, I'm usually with my parents. And
Hey, what are you doing Saturday? We could show her around.
Yeah.
Play tour guides, why not?
Sounds like fun.
Count me in.
So what do you say?
I don't know. I have to be up early on Sunday.
We'll start early, we'll get back early.
Come on, Tara.
Well, I guess so.
All right.
Hello, Cecilia.
So we'll meet after lunch, and I'll pick you up at your house.
Great.
That's okay. I'll just get a ride to Laurie's.
I never would have admitted it, but I did think Mark was cute. And a day with the girl sounded like fun. That Saturday morning, I went out in field service with Stacy Evans. But my mind was not on preaching.
Cool outfit, Stacy.
You want to do the next one?
You buy that at Burlington Coat Factory?
I told Stacy that I was hungry and wanted to stop service early. She insisted on buying me lunch.
Okay, here's your salad. Thanks. It'll be a couple minutes on your burger, honey.
Thanks.
That's not a salad. That is an incredible amount of fries.
So, how are you doing? I mean, getting used to the new school and everything.
Okay, actually. Most everyone's been pretty nice.
Oh, that's good. Hey, listen, I'm having some friends over tonight. I want you to come. I actually made a cheesecake that I'm proud of.
I'd love
Cheesecake?
to, but I promised to go into the city with some friends.
Oh, from our home?
You know I'm coming
No,
over for some
from
cheesecake.
school. But they're just gonna show me around the city. They're real nice.
Look, I hope you don't mind me asking this, but how well do you really know these kids?
What do you mean?
I mean, do they have any interest in the Bible?
I don't know. It hasn't come up. But they're not into drugs or anything like that. In fact, they're even nicer than some of the kids at the Kingdom Hall.
Well, even if that were true, don't you think you have to be careful with people who may not even believe in the Bible? Don't forget what happened to Dinah.
Dinah?
Yeah, you remember Jacob's daughter?
These kids are not Canaanites. They're very nice.
Maybe, but what are their beliefs? What are their morals?
Do you just think everyone who's not a Jehovah's Witness is a rapist? Go back to church, Stacy. I don't have time for this.
That I shouldn't be friendly with anyone in school who isn't a witness?
Oh, no, I'm not saying that at all. I mean, the Bible tells us to love our
Time to do
neighbors.
1 to 5 weeds.
But doesn't it also warn us that it's dangerous to get too close to certain people? People that don't follow God's standards? Dinah learned that the hard way.
But don't we have to teach people about the Bible? How can I do that if I don't spend any time with them?
Oh, so you have had a chance to witness to them?
Well, no.
Oh
But
god. This is
That's
scary
not the
cult
point.
stuff.
Lori and her friends are not bad.
Okay. But do they encourage you to do good things? Like personal study, meetings, field service?
No. Look, Stacy, I've already given my word. And Jesus did say I have to let my yes mean yes, right?
Tara, do you really think Jesus meant saying yes to things that could hurt you?
Stacy, I'll be careful. I'm not gonna do anything stupid. Trust me.
Here's your burger, honey.
Oh god, I want a burger. Get that fucking big old chunk of iceberg lettuce off of that shit though! Trying to water down my burger. Get the fuck out of here.
My mind.
Let's That's my bio.
Zonenberg.
I lied to my parents and told them I had plans with some friends from the congregation.
At least upgrade me to like a romaine. At the very least. Fucking cheap ass 98-cent iceberg lettuce. I don't want that. It's crunchy water. It's awful. And they always give you that bit that's like super fucking bitter and hard, close to the root. Fuck you.
We pretty much stayed together as a group. But soon,
I'm trying to talk over it so we don't get copyright claim.
I really enjoyed the attention.
Gangster's paradise, more like God's paradise, right? Here's my Jehovah's Witness pamphlet. Would you like to read it in front of me and we could learn the Bible together right here, right now? Do you have 15,000 hours to dedicate?
Mark made me feel special. And the more I got to know him, the more I liked him. I wasn't going to let anything spoil this day.
Well, you know, I knew I'd get
Oh, shit.
Let's see what's down the street.
Okay.
Oh my god, who is that queen? I have never wanted to be a person more. Black outfit, white fur coat, black and white shades. Oh my god.
Not bad.
Bring her back! I don't care about mimes. Go away.
Mark, Lori, everybody, thanks. I really had a great time.
Could I ask like a really stupid question?
It's never stopped you before.
Why are we going home so early?
Erin's right.
So
this place doesn't
rude.
even get going until after dark.
That's true, and if we leave now, all we're gonna do is sit in traffic.
Why don't we hit a couple of clubs?
Clubs
Great,
at
but
what looks like 4 p.m.?
Oh, yeah.
What clubs are you going to in the broad daylight?
no, I better get home.
People, have no fear. Thanks to me, your evening will not be a total waste.
Oh, so you're leaving?
Now you know I don't touch that stuff. Stunts your growth.
You're lost.
Kyle.
Oh no, they were so cool. And they do the drugs?
The best.
Hey, my parents have gotten a little party at my place.
Yeah.
Too bad, Tara, you're missing out. Tara, are you okay?
Yeah, it's just that... Never mind.
Well, we better get Tara back home before she misses her bedtime.
To be honest, Chrissy, I probably would have stayed. But it was getting dark, and I knew I'd never get away with coming home that late.
Hey, don't forget about that party. Okay, guys. All right, see you later. Bye, Mark.
Can we go to the
Mark
party
told me he
instead?
didn't
It
mind
sounds
taking me
more
home.
fun!
Oh, Mark, you want to make your next left?
Wait, Tara, there's one more place you've got to see.
Mark, I've got to get home.
I'll get you home. Trust me.
Mark.
This is your favorite spot?
Sure is.
What, may I ask, is so special about it?
Sometimes I just like to come here and think.
About what?
Things. Like how to tell your father you don't want to go to law school and work for the firm.
Isn't there good money in it?
I don't care about the money. I want to help people. Maybe teach or do volunteer work.
You sound like me.
Really?
Well, yeah.
Mark seemed to care about a lot of the things that were important to me. Before I knew it, we had been talking for over an hour.
So Kyle's flying down the hallway. Beck with
Imagine
their head
talking
in front
to
of
a
him.
man
Boom!
ever.
Kyle and Beck went flat on their backs.
Oh, no.
Kyle spent his entire sophomore year in detention for that. Tara, you know, oh, never mind.
No, what?
You're different from the other girls, aren't you?
Different? Is that supposed to be a compliment?
Yeah. I mean, I've never met anyone like you. I could tell from your poem.
Well, you know, I was really impressed with your poem, too.
Oh, well, thanks. But yours told me something.
Told you what?
That you've got a lot going on inside. I mean, Lori and the other girls are okay, but they're all so empty. You're different.
That's rude.
Chrissy, I can't believe how close I came to breaking Jehovah's laws that night.
You don't even know those girls.
Things went way too far. And Mark wanted to go much farther. But I couldn't. I kept thinking about how much it would hurt my parents. My friends.
I think Jesus would think I look
and
pretty
especially
cool. Thank
Jehovah.
you very much.
Still, it wasn't easy. It took everything I had to stop and to get Mark to take me home.
Tara?
Mark revealed a side of himself that I hadn't seen before.
I just don't
You
get it.
literally hung out with him once. What do you mean?
Things were going so great. What is it with you?
Mark didn't care about me or my
There's
feelings.
only room for one man in
One
my
one
life,
thing.
and that's Jesus.
Later on, I learned I wasn't the first or the last to be taken to his favorite spot.
I gotta go.
I felt so stupid, so naive. It was wrong to be alone like that with any guy, but especially one who didn't serve Jehovah. I let Mark know that I would never go out with him again.
Really interesting how he totally wanted to do things with you, but you said
That
no,
night I
and then
told my
he like
parents
took you
everything.
home
They were very upset.
and didn't rape you like those
Are you
horror
sure you
stories
told
that
us
your church
everything?
likes to tell you.
Nothing else happened?
No, Dad, I told you.
You've been telling us a lot of things. I don't know what to believe anymore.
Fuck off, Dad!
Honey, what were you thinking? Didn't you get it? Why do you think he took you there?
Don't you know what he wanted?
Why are you yelling at her? She came
After a
home.
while, things started to calm down, and they really listened.
Tara?
So what? You're just gonna want her to be around girls? That's how you make lesbians at that age. You say no boys, and then the girls go,
just wish I
I
came
don't
to
like
you
the
and
boys
Mom sooner."
anyway. And then they see their hot friends.
Maybe this wouldn't have happened.
He's just setting them up,
Honey, we're just glad things didn't
opening the
go
doors
the way
wide
they did.
open.
I know, but I still feel awful about what did happen.
And so do we. We got so wrapped up in our new jobs, the house, that we didn't even see what you were going through.
Honey, we're gonna do everything that we can to help you get through this.
It's been a long day. Let's get some rest and we can talk about this tomorrow.
Love you so much.
How did Mom and Dad meet?
My parents,
Through
and
the
later
church.
the elders, were really there for
First
me.
and only time they had sex was to create this thing. Awful.
The heart is more treacherous than anything else. I had heard that scripture 1,000 times before, but never gave it much thought. Now I couldn't stop thinking about it. I wanted to be liked and accepted so much that I was willing to hide who I really was. I had to start setting things straight.
It was so perfect. I mean, what was the problem? I know Mark practices safe sex.
Lori couldn't believe that I turned Mark down.
It's because...
Because of what?
Because of what I believe.
I don't get it.
I mean, it's my religious beliefs, Lori.
Look, Tara, I went through a lot of trouble to get you guys together. And now you've suddenly gotten religious? What's up with that?
I haven't suddenly gotten religious. This is what I've always believed. I guess I just forgot who I really am and what I care about.
Don't you care about Mark?
I did, but I shouldn't have gotten involved with him. And I'm definitely not going to do something immoral with him.
Who said do something immoral? I have morals.
I'm not saying that you don't.
Then what are you saying?
I don't know, you kinda are.
That I don't believe in having sex before marriage.
If it's with somebody that you really care about, what's the big deal?
The big deal is that the Bible says it's wrong.
Do you have to do every little thing the Bible says?
Look, Lori...
No, and in fact we don't. We ignore a lot of the things the Bible says. We just pick the parts that we like. And we use that to our advantage.
Yes, and we take the Bible seriously. It says sex is for two people who are married.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so it didn't work out with you and Mark. But don't forget about the party Friday. Maybe you'll meet somebody else. Somebody who's more like you.
No, Lori, I don't think so. Not there.
Well, then just come and hang out with us girls.
Thanks, but I just wouldn't be comfortable at the party.
Okay, so you don't want to date guys, and you don't want to go to parties. Don't you people have any kind of fun?
Of course we do. The Bible doesn't condemn fun. I would
We
love
get
to
together on the
display my
weekends
beliefs.
and crochet.
Maybe then all this would make more sense to you.
I don't know, Tara, it's late. Maybe another time.
Telling her all that was not easy, but it was worth it. I think that Lori respected me for it, and it felt good to finally stand up for what I believed. I just wish that I had spoken up earlier. It would have saved me a lot of pain.
All I'm learning is that Jehovah's Witnesses are way too dramatic. That scarf knot is a little tight. Cut it off for circulation to her brain.
Tara, are you alright? Are you sure?
Maybe if you didn't make her feel so guilty, she'd be fine.
You want to talk about it?
Stacy, ever since I've moved here, you've been trying to be my friend. And I've acted so stupid.
She's like 20 years older than you. You need friends your own age.
Because I don't think you're really like this. I think I'm looking at someone who's going through a hard time and who really needs a friend. And I'd like to be that friend, if you let me.
Stacy seems like the kind of girl that would like be like, come over to my house at night.
Even more than you know.
We'll have a slumber party. And then like sacrifice you to some weird thing that she worships.
I'll be okay. I realize now how much Jehovah cares and that I have my parents and friends like you to help me.
You know what? Tomorrow, you and me.
You walk
Let's
into your
go
house,
out and
her house, and you're like,
do lunch or
"What's
something.
that goat
Does that
for?
sound good?
You don't really have a, you don't really have a farm
As
or
long
anything."
as we don't go back to the Silver Spoon Diner again.
You mean the Greasy Spoon Diner? Oh.
Chrissy, that was months ago. And I'm
Chrissy,
finally
in this
getting
letter that
over
I'm writing you,
and
it's
feeling
just to
much
tell you
better.
that I've replaced you as my
I
best
see things
friend.
a lot differently now.
Stacy
I
is my new
realize
friend.
that
I'm
being
never
in the
going to write
truth
you another
means
letter
more than
because
just
you're
going
basically
the
dead to
living hall
me.
with our parents. That we really do have to make the truth our own. Being with people who want to do the same thing can make a big difference.
Perfect timing. I just finished a letter to an old friend.
Oh, really? From back home?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Hi, Meg. Hi, Lynette.
Hey, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Are you guys required to wear the ugliest fucking pants on the planet? What
I
is
didn't think
that?
I had anything in common with the friends in my congregation. But you know what? We have the most important thing in common we can have. Our friendship with Jehovah. Things are going great with my parents. I'm a lot more open with them now.
Why don't you just go ahead with the girls and we'll just meet you over there, okay? Okay.
And I let them know how I really feel. We've gotten a
Stacy
lot
is 45. She's not a girl. She's 5 years younger than you, Mom.
Hey, Tara, does this mean your dad's gonna try and be a sports hero again?
That's right, like the last time.
The girls.
Hey, I heard that.
Lady, that's a woman past her prime.
Sometimes I used to think I was missing out because I couldn't do everything the kids in school did. Now I think that they're the ones missing out. Maybe there are a lot of things a Christian can't do, but there's a lot of things we can do. The friends in our congregation get together all the time. I can't wait
I really
for you to
trust
meet them when we
Stacy's
come on
driving.
visit.
She's been doing it for 30
I
years.
hope that soon. I wish I could go back and do things differently, but I can't change the past. I can only move forward and try to learn from my mistakes. You see, I've learned something very important. Something that I will never forget. Who my real friends are. And Chrissy, I hope that you will always be one of them. Forever. Love, Tara.
We don't want to stick ourselves in a corner and just hide and refuse to talk to anyone, because that's not balanced.
There's nothing wrong with talking to the kids at school. We can be friendly with them because we're obviously going to have some of the same interests.
But there's a certain line that we just won't cross.
Kids that witness kids, they need to be honest with the kids at school. They need to let them know right away.
You bring it up. You tell them what your beliefs are, that you're Jehovah's Witness. They're proud of what they are.
Kids today need to recognize that there are good associates within the Christian congregation. They can have a great time and yet still live up to Bible standards and Bible principles.
That's my bio.
Gross.
Through the repackaging of yoga, the Western mind is being systematically conditioned to accept a neo-pagan worldview. Combined with New Age thinking, it claims to offer more integrity,
Save me, Jehovah.
goodwill, freedom.
Save me
and
from the
says it is
flexibility
very
I get from all the
alternative to
yoga.
Christianity's narrow way.
Yoga is really part of our society now. It's being sold everywhere as technique for relaxation, for becoming unstressed, brighter, more beautiful.
The self-centered world of glamour promotes yoga, meditation, and visualization techniques as a means to a healthier and more beautiful body, mind, and spirit. Spirituality is in, but with an anti-biblical meaning. Even relaxation has become a spiritual quest for one's so-called full potential through holistic massage, isolation tanks, and hundreds of other New Age techniques. Most of the 2,000 YMCAs across America offer yoga classes. And nearly 2/3 of all universities and colleges make yoga available as part of the curriculum.
Many of the people practicing yoga that I have met say to me that they only practice it because of the physical benefits.
Yeah.
Any Hindu would tell you, however, that there is no yoga that is purely physical.
Do you know what people want me to do in bed?
Was that I must
My back has got to bend in so many crazy ways.
that this
All
was
right.
just as important as the exercise.
I'm not going to learn that in church.
Relaxation at the end of yoga class is really hypnosis, where each part of the body is relaxed. So while they were in this state, I read to them about the Hindu philosophy or something from one of my guru's books. So they got it whether they wanted it or not.
Yoga exercises were not designed for physical fitness, but to realign the serpent force within the body. To achieve godhood, that yoking, which is what yoga means with Brahman. Anyone interested in physical fitness ought to do exercises designed for that, not yoga.
Many hospitals have set up their own yoga and meditation classes to provide stress reduction for patients, doctors, and nurses. Doctors and dentists who wouldn't think of promoting Christianity or Judaism on the grounds that it is religious are unwittingly involving their patients in Hindu practices.
That's my bio.
So Mystery Science Theater when? Also, I have come here today to bring you my monthly sacrifice from VR Heights.
What kind? Oatmeal.
You should be late all the time.
He is.
So what are we going to do today anyway? I don't know. What do you want to do?
Eat the
Whatever you
cookies.
want.
What else
We're
would you
smoke
do?
detectives. We've got to do something.
Well, why don't we start by reading the minutes from last week? Brian? Carrie was late. We made the fire escape for the clubhouse, didn't we?
Let's burn the wood paneling in our home and sniff the smoke.
List of things to do. Nothing.
Yeah. We haven't had a case since Mrs. Cunningham asked us to investigate the missing battery in her smoke detector.
Maybe we can make sandwiches.
I love this kid. He just wants to eat.
Just an idea.
Hello, smoke detective.
Sandwich and a cookie? Hell yeah.
I think I've got a case for you. There's something strange going on at the old Hollingshead house.
Hollingshead House! Hollingshead House! Wow, look at this place.
Does anyone even live here anymore?
Yeah, I heard the Count still lives here.
The Count? Maybe we shouldn't even be here. Well, we're smoke detectors, aren't we? Yeah. And we did get called to investigate, didn't we? All right.
This beautiful
fine.
decor.
Don't say I didn't warn you guys. Yeah, this is one weird house, all right. Everyone have their smoke detectors checklist? Check, check, check. Let's spread out.
A toaster? Why not?
Well, we got a violation of Rule 12-3. Space heater too close to curtains.
Fire hazard.
Yeah, and I don't see a smoke detector anywhere. What was that?
It sounded like it came from up there.
Maybe we'd better go home. I mean, it's almost time for lunch, you guys. Listen, Carrie. If anyone does live here, we better warn them about these fire
Why are you
hazards.
shoving him up the stairs?
Get me out of here! It's frightening! It smells bad, too! Sorry to have frightened you, boys and girls.
It's my dad.
Scared you half out of your wits.
I thought vampires were supposed to sleep in coffins.
Vampire? He looks more like he belongs in a cereal box.
Cereal box? Ooh, I used to sleep in coffins, I tell you. Oh, it's scary. I'd wake up with a crink in my neck. Ooh.
That's true.
Now
Does hurt.
I hang out in one of these. And sometimes the blood goes to my head and I can't get out of it. What are you kids doing here anyway?
We're smoke detectives. We got a call about fire hazards in this house.
I love him.
She didn't say.
Oh, she? Must have been my mother, the old bat. Old bat. Old bat?
Dad has the best jokes.
Fire hazards? That reminds me. Did you ever hear the story of the fire monster?
No.
Would you like to hear it?
No.
Aha! That's because you're frightened. Ooh, the fire monster is very scary. It gives me the willies and everything.
What's it about?
Well, it's about boys and girls who leave their bedroom doors open at night because they're afraid of monsters.
You're supposed to sleep with your door closed at night. Keeps out flames and smoke if there's a fire.
Fire and smoke, yes, that's how the fire monster used to frighten the little children. Now, once upon a time, ooh, there was a monster who used to go places and start fires in people's houses, and they would panic, and they didn't know what to do.
Why did they panic?
Wouldn't you panic if your house was on fire?
No, I'd stay calm and get out fast.
No, you're not. Your hair would catch on fire and you'd freak out.
Wherever the fire monster went, there was fire.
Stop interrupting my dad.
At night when families were sleeping, and then by the time they woke up, it'd be too late.
Didn't they have smoke detectors? Yeah.
What?
Didn't they have smoke detectors in their houses to warn them about fires?
No, they didn't have smoke detectors. Oh, yes, they did have smoke detectors. I stand corrected. They had them, but they were broken.
How come?
Because the batteries were dead. Dead.
You're supposed to check them every week.
Check what?
The batteries.
Again with the batteries. What's with you, kid?
He got so excited when he said that.
And they would wake up in the middle of the night and they'd run around coughing on the smoke in the air. Ooh, it was a horrible sight. They were coughing and choking.
But you're supposed to crawl on the ground.
Crawl?
Yeah, like this.
Boy, stop trying to eat everything.
Very nice. Anyway, the fire monster, he used to frighten children. But what happened is they'd be so frightened that they'd hide in their closets or even under their beds.
But if you hide, the firefighters can't find you.
Yeah, all right. Forget that, all right? Just forget it. Forget the whole thing. Forget burning houses. The fire monster was invisible. Yes, he was invisible. And he'd go up and whisper into little kids' ears. He'd say, "Psst, kid, come here. Play with matches."
No, he's
He'd
my
say,
dad.
"Play with the matches, kid. Go ahead."
Man, that's stupid. If
I love playing with matches.
They're stupid.
Well, look, they didn't know that, especially...
Fire's so
little
fun.
ones like old... Hey, where is that little one?
Yeah, where is Carrie?
You guys ever get those really extra long matches that are like 12 inches long and just burn the shit out of them? It's incredible.
That stuff's scary. Gives me a bad case of the heebie-jeebies.
Well, we better look for him. Let's split up. Sarah, you go with Count Floyd, and me and Brian are gonna look around downstairs.
Okay, kid, come on. See if we can find that little guy.
Maybe he's behind these.
No, don't open that! No!
This is scary.
You're telling me I hate the daylight.
No, I mean the window. It's painted shut. How would you get out in case of a fire?
Well, maybe I couldn't get out.
Usually I have a grown-up fix these.
Hey, I am a grown-up.
Oh, sorry. Carrie! Carrie? Cowabunga, look at this!
That's my bio.
I
have a bad feeling about this.
And so could all the candles. You forgot about those.
Did I frighten you? Hello? What was that?
It sounded like Carrie. Hello? Carrie?
I'm in here.
Where?
Where's here?
Carrie, how did you get in there?
Where the book is.
Book? Secret passageway?
Come on, let's go tell the others.
I didn't know I had a secret passageway.
There's gotta be some way to get this thing open.
What if we pushed harder? I'm pushing harder already. I need
You
a
know
break.
he's my dad because he got too lazy to put on the button-down shirt and was just like, I'll just wear the turtleneck.
Count Floyd smokes! Yuck!
Yeah, because he's
Well, it's a
fucking
nasty
cool.
habit, but what other kind of habits would I have?
It's just that smoking is a major cause of house fires. And it's bad for your health.
Yeah.
Hi.
Carrie, are you alright?
Yeah, but it's scary in there. A bunch of old rags and newspapers lying around.
Were they always wearing those fanny packs? Did I just notice?
Never mind that. These old papers are fire hazards. Check. Where's Count Floyd?
Count Floyd, no, he's in there.
Come on. Give me a hand here. Oh,
The kid knows how to make the door
I
work.
got the willies in there. I'll tell you, it's real scary.
That's because you have to clean up all those old papers and rags. They're fire hazards.
Clean? Count Floyd never cleans. It wouldn't be right. Now get, you little rugrats. I've had enough of you. Just take a powder. Get lost.
Okay, we're out of here. But we're gonna leave the smoke detector's checklist and video. And we'll come back tomorrow to see if all these fire hazards have been taken care of.
Hey, my dad's cool as fuck. How dare you?
Or else we'll tell your mom.
Yeah.
My mother, no, don't. She's a type A old bat if I ever saw one.
But if you have your mom sign the checklist, you can
Grandma
become
was a
smoke
bitch,
detective,
though.
too.
Checklist. Okay. Come on, will you? Whoa! Whoosh. Whoa! Ah. On video, scary stuff. Ooh.
This is my dad changing the battery in the smoke detector.
This is my dad watching someone change a battery in a smoke detector.
And then we practiced Edith, That means exit drills in the home. Here's my mom showing me how to be careful in the kitchen. Put a lid on grease fires, and if you ever do get burned, put cold water on it. Then she showed my sister how to call for help. 911 or O for operator.
I'm sorry, dude.
Here's my dad making sure flammable stuff is put away safely.
Did he just say put water on a grease fire?
And then he put a fire extinguisher.
Pretty sure
in the
you're
garage.
not supposed to do that.
Here's a safe house at the fire department.
Ooh, clumsy exposition, not a good sign.
The reason we're here today is we're going to talk a little bit about fire safety. What to do if your house is on fire, and how to make our homes a little safer. How many of you have smoke detectors? Good, good. Okay, put your hands down. Let me ask you another question. How many of you know for sure that there's a battery inside? Well, that's great. I'm glad to see so many hands. You know what? A smoke detector will protect your home. But when I go to a fire, I have
If your remote runs out of batteries, you could take it off the smoke detector.
My boots, that's right. The next thing I need is my fire coat, right? And this is a special coat. The next thing the firefighter needs is something to protect his lungs. My air tank, exactly. Let me ask you, if you don't have all this equipment, can you go inside a burning building? No. No. Should you go back in to get your toys or your money or your... What?
Oh, you never go into a burning building.
Is the fireman our friend?
Yes!
Well, even though I may look like a monster...
Yeah, you walk out of them and look cool.
Monster? He's no monster, he's a firefighter.
Would you like to help me show the boys and girls what to do if their clothes catch on fire? Yes.
God, I love my dad.
What's Daniel going to do if his clothes catch on fire?
Stop! Look how adorable he is.
That's right, that's right. Are you ready, Daniel? Okay, let's try it, Daniel. Get all the way down. Okay, cover your eyes, and let's roll like a basketball. Keep rolling. Now roll back the other way. Very good. Keep rolling. The fire's not out yet. Keep rolling. Come on.
That is not how a basketball
rolls. One more time, Daniel.
rolls.
Come on. The fire is out. Give him a big hand. Yay! All right. We learned how to do stop, drop, and roll, and that is so important. Now what we need to do is to practice how to get out of our safe house.
Hope it's not a haunted safe house. Oh!
Okay, we're in our safe house, and we're going to practice how to get out. The first thing we have to do when that smoke detector goes off... And
Some of you ask why I love puns so much.
Fire or there's smoke.
Look at where I grew up.
When it goes off, I want you to roll out of bed, get down low, and crawl to the wall, and feel the wall until you come to the door. And it's important to feel that wall because you'll know where you're at. You're either going to come to a window or a door, and you'll have a way out. Okay, are you ready? Yes. Okay, let's try it. Close your eyes. And all of a sudden, our friendly smoke detector goes off. Roll out of bed. Roll out of bed. Good, good. Get down low. Crawl.
Can't hear you over the beeping. Can't understand the word.
Okay, let's feel that door. Is it hot? Okay, open it slowly. Open it slowly.
I howl
What if
sometimes.
the door isn't cool? What if it's hot?
Feel the door.
Why would you do
open
that?
it. Feel it. Feel it. Open it. Open it. Take a look.
Bunch of little kid thingies.
Very good. Okay, let's cover it up. Cover it up. Pull it down. Good. Cover it quickly so that smoke doesn't come in. Okay, let's go out the window. Is it safe? Go out the window. Open it. Very good.
Well, that's easy for her. She's on the ground level. What about me? I'd break my neck. I'm on the 5th floor.
But now let's pretend the fire is on the 5th floor, and you live on the 5th floor, and you can't get out because the fire's in the hallway. We're just gonna have to wait for the fireman to come get us.
It's like he heard you,
Doors
Dad.
closed, the smoke's not coming in, and that's good. We've got our window open, but we've got to yell for help. Are you ready? Yes. Okay, let's put the sheet out, and let's yell for help. Ready? Help!
Help! Help! Fire hazards! Help me get rid of my fire hazards! Oh!
This is the official smoke detective's checklist, and it's so important that Mom and Dad sit with you and go through the list to make sure that your house is safe from fire. After you do that and Mom or Dad has signed it, you will receive the official smoke detective's badge. Would you like one?
Oh, fuck yeah!
Detective. I want to be a smoke detective! I want to be
Me
a
too,
smoke
Dad.
detective! Oh, boy. Oh, that's some scary video. Whew. Boy. Yeah, ironic, isn't it? I was just Trying to scare those little children with a story about the fire monster, and now I'm... Boy, I better get going on that checklist right away.
He deserved a nap.
Whoa, look at this place. What happened in here? Everything's so clean.
It even looks like he's taking care of the fire hazards we warned him about.
Fire hazards?
Hello, Floyd!
That's Firefighter Floyd to you, Chief Inspector of the Transylvania Fire Prevention Bureau.
Transylvania Fire Prevention Bureau?
You don't think
He gets bored and orders costumes, okay? We've all done
A lot of
it.
them, I tell you. But with the belfries and the secret laboratories, why, just the other day, Baron von Frankenstein's castle went up in flames. Not a single smoke detector in the whole place. Somebody's got to warn them.
But what do you know about fire safety?
Oh, you don't believe me? Well, ask. Go ahead and ask. Count. Firefighter Floyd knows.
Okay, what's the first thing you should do if a smoke alarm goes off at night?
You roll out of bed.
And then?
And then you crawl low, like a snake or something, and feel the door to see if it's warm.
And then?
And then, if it's cool, I open the door slowly and keep crawling until I'm safely out of the house.
And then?
And then, I go to my meeting place.
And then?
Then I call the fire department, or 911, or the operator.
What about the fire hazards we told you about yesterday?
Well, always tell a grown-up. And since I am a grown-up, I took care of them. Here, see for yourself.
Looks like he's got everything. Let's make him a smoke detective.
Yeah.
But the rules say he has to have his checklist signed by a parent.
Give him the fucking badge.
It could be a clever forgery.
Forgery? I'll have you know I flew all the way to my dear, sweet mother in Transylvania to have that signed.
Wow.
You're telling me my arms are so tired I couldn't even fly off the handle.
I guess we can give Count Floyd a smoke detective's badge now.
Yeah.
Why, thank you. You're too kind. But now I must leave. You see, I don't like to be awake in the day, and, well, I must get my sleep.
Not in that upside down thing, I hope.
No, I think I'm gonna try something new.
Hang upside down in a cave?
Ooh, no, too drafty. Now, this time I think I'm gonna sleep in a bed with pillows and blankets and everything.
Pretty good.
Good night.
Sweet dreams.
Thank you, but I prefer nightmares with scary ghosts and monsters that howl in the night. Oh! Oh! Oh!
I love you, Dad.
Say goodnight. Oh! 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 Oh!
Well, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? Anything. Maybe we can... Smoke detectives!
Oh, big problems in Transylvania! You better come quick!
Transylvania? As long as we're home by dinner.
Here we go again.
Dad's flying these children out to Transylvania. You see why we gotta be rich? Why we gotta make so much money?
Smoke detectives know what to do. Smoke detectives, like me and you. If there's a fire, smoke detectives know.
And action. Ooh. Sheesh. Wait a second. That was all. Yes, cut.
Ooh, scare. Help me get rid of my fire hazards.
Mark, got the stooges there.
We'd better go home. I mean, it's almost time for lunch. Listen.
I'm glad you guys like my dad.
Clean. Count Floyd never. Or else what?
Or else we'll tell your mom.
No, not my mom. That woman's scarier than Mike Ditka. She's a type A.
Mike Ditka.
Stay calm and get up fast.
A reference children
Yeah.
would definitely understand.
You would you? Well, good for you.
Me and Byron are gonna look around downstairs.
Who died and left you, boss?
I love him.
Anyway, you want to give me some orders too? Hey, guys.
Bye, Dad. Love you.
When early Watchtower teachings that the world entered the so-called time of the end in 1799, that Jesus returned invisibly in 1874, and that the world would end in 1914 were proven false. Doctrine was conveniently readjusted.
It always
In the
is.
new version, 1914 became the date of both Christ's invisible return and the beginning of the time of the end. This date was put forth not as theory or interpretation, but as hard, indisputable fact. Jesus started out originally as the Logos. Or Michael the Archangel.
Looking cool. Six sword. Isn't that what He-Man does?
Who then came to earth as the virgin-born son of Mary.
Was He-Man Jesus?
He was a perfect, sinless man,
I'm confused.
but he was only a man, devoid of all divinity. Jesus walked the earth as a man, becoming the Christ only when he was baptized.
Oh yeah, that's definitely He-Man. See that
Jehovah's
fucking bod,
Witnesses
dude?
hold the cross in contempt, feeling that it is nothing more than a pagan symbol used by apostate Christendom. Instead, they teach that at the completion of his ministry, Jesus died, not on the cross, but on an upright stake. Christ's body
So
was
different.
then laid in a tomb, where it was disintegrated by God, totally destroyed forever.
The fuck? The fuck, God? What the
Jesus
fuck?
was then recreated by the Father. Before going to heaven, he materialized in different bodies on different occasions to convince his disciples and others that he had really been resurrected. Jesus returned to his Father in heaven, where once
Space
again,
Jesus!
he became Michael the Archangel. He will never again be seen on the earth.
I really feel like I'm doing a lot of drugs right now. Like, there's too much happening.
Rules invisibly
It's all happening
from
so
heaven.
fast.
When he executes judgment over the world at Armageddon, he will destroy all but the faithful.
Oh my god, no! Calm the fuck down, Jesus! Holy shit! The fuck did the Hoover Dam do to you? Bro, why? What's wrong with you?
Jesus,
Oh my
alias
god.
Michael, will always remain invisible to those on earth and can be seen only by the 144,000 select Jehovah's Witnesses who rule
Oh.
with him from heaven.
So that's what that girl was trying to do. That's how she makes friends.
In these experiments, you can see the disorientation resulting when an animal is suddenly placed in a weightless state. Cats, when dropped under normal conditions, will invariably rotate their bodies longitudinally in midair and land on their feet. This automatic reflex action is almost completely lost under weightlessness.
A spot removal.
Magellan's, America's leading source of travel products, presents Elaine St. James, author of the best-selling book, Simplify Your Life. Here are Elaine's
Let's go,
secrets of
Elaine.
simple packing.
Hi. I'd like to introduce my friends George and Amelia, who are heading off tomorrow morning for a 2-week trip to Tours, France.
Paris.
Now, I want to share with the two of
Paris,
you that the
it's
biggest
dirty and
mistake
disgusting,
that most
and we're gonna be
travelers make
disappointed
when
when
they
we
go
get
on a
there.
trip of this sort is they take too much stuff.
Always.
And I think what people do is that they take all the things that they'll need for a 2-week period, and then they take all the things they think they might need for a 2-week period.
Right. Like the
And
left
so-
side of her closet.
Exactly, yeah. So you end up with 2 and 3, 4, 5 bags, and you're worn out before you even arrive at your destination. And the truth is that most of us could eliminate 85% of the stuff in our lives, as well as 85% of the stuff that we feel that we have to have on a trip like this.
Really?
And still have a wonderful, simple, enjoyable trip. So, for
But I've
example,
got,
Lee,
like,
one thing
15
that you
pairs
could
of
do
shoes.
is take your handbag, which I notice you have with you, and we could empty the entire contents on the table here and show you how you can cut back and not need to take a handbag. Are you willing to try this with me now? Would you be willing to part with your handbag for a few moments so that we can show how you can actually eliminate some of the stuff in that bag that I'm sure you carry with you on the theory that you might need it someday?
Of course, this is an emergency kit.
You really
It's a bag. I'm carrying it anyway. I could put anything I want in there.
All right.
A whole
I'll take
goddamn
good care of
sandwich
it,
if I
but,
wanted
you
to,
won't get it
Elaine.
back. All right. So we're just going to empty the contents here on this table here. Anything else floating around at the bottom there? That's okay, Amelia. We've all done it. I mean, millions of American women carry these bags around full of stuff that they never use. Now, the keys are the first thing we can set aside. We know you're not going to be needing your keys in Paris, right? And you probably are
I
not
won't
going to
need
need
to
a
get back
checkbook,
into my
right?
house
You won't
either.
need to take that with you.
I don't need to pay
And
for things.
I think it's probably safe to
Fuck
assume
that.
that you won't need nail polish, right?
I know you're wrong.
I mean, if you want to travel simply, don't paint your nails before you go.
You're right.
You've got the polish, you've got the nail polish remover, all that stuff. It complicates your life. We're going for simple here, so we can do without that.
And you have pretty hands anyway.
And you have beautiful hands.
Oh.
And so now we have 4 pins
he's
here.
so nice.
Presumably, we could get by with just one, right? Is that a safe
One
bet?
cup,
Okay.
yes.
So we'll do away with those. And I see 5 lipsticks here. And again, I
Different
think
problem?
yes, but we're going to simplify your wardrobe and cut back on the number of colors that you take, so we can get by with one. Now,
I've got
is it
like
safe to
7
assume
in
that
my
this is the one
purse.
you'd like to take with you? No,
I
this
think
is
so.
a nice, easy kind to use, so we'll take that. We can get by without the perfume. We'll take that in another section of your luggage.
But I
You don't
can't
need
have
to
it on it.
You can have it, yes. Get by without the nail file. We'll take that in another section too. Again, a mirror you don't need. You've got George to tell you how gorgeous you are.
And she is.
He will.
So we're getting rid of all
He can't
this-
tell me if my makeup
this
looks
stuff
good.
And
Fuck
this
you,
is
George.
A little journal.
And also dresses.
Well, we'll talk about ways you can use this on your, or something like that on your trip. Now, here is the real challenge for most women, because you think you've got all this stuff in here that you're going to need, all these receipts and all these cards and all this cash. Woo! Okay, so we've got some cash there. Now, let's just go through these cards, and again, we can apply probably the 50% rule, the 85% rule. We know you want a credit card.
But it's a
and
wallet.
maybe even a backup card.
Take a wa-
And possibly your Mileage Plus card. And you'll need a photo ID. We need photo IDs now when we travel.
Do vampires wear
You
Do
won't
you
need
see
a
my
library
face?
Card. You won't need.
You think my eyelids are just naturally
you won't need
blue?
a Macy's card.
That would
So
be
we don't need
lovely,
this,
but
okay? Go
no.
away with the wallet entirely. This big bulky piece you don't need to have with you. So now we've got here the few cards you need and a little bit of cash. And I brought along, Amelia, just for you, a little Velcro strip that you can use as your new Gucci bag.
Oh, that's fabulous.
For
It is not fabulous.
That will simplify your life. That will simplify your traveling. You don't have to carry around that handbag full of stuff that you almost never use, and it just ends up complicating your life.
So that goes in your pocket.
That goes in your pocket.
Where do I
Just
put my
like this.
sandwich?
I have been traveling around the world. For
Women
5
don't
years.
have pockets. That's the whole fucking
I went to
point.
Maui
That's
last
why we
year.
have
Clothes
purses,
on my back, purse on one
Elaine.
shoulder bag.
Just
I
because
got
you're
to
wearing the
Maui,
biggest
airport
coat with the
lost
biggest
my luggage.
pockets ever doesn't mean everyone does.
With a simple purse. I had one of the best vacations I ever had. So what I want
Sorry.
to do is share with you some simple tips so that you can take exactly what you'll need and not a whole lot more, fit it into one small bag that you can carry on board with you and never have to worry about losing your baggage again.
It'll be great.
Okay, we've already seen how it's possible to eliminate 85% of the stuff that we always feel we have to carry around that we never
You're
really
being
need, right? I mean, we went through the
unreasonable,
purse exercise. You
Elaine.
know that now, right, Amelia? So I'm going to show you how you can apply that same principle to all the things that we feel we have to have in a suitcase. And now we're going to be talking about clothes. I know this will be a subject close to your
Where
heart,
do I
Amelia.
put my
And I'm
entire
gonna show
drawer
you
of sex
how you
toys?
can actually go for 2 weeks.
I must bring
the two
them
of
with
you,
me.
with
2 weeks?
8 or 9 items a piece.
8 or 9?
8 or 9. We're talking about clothes. We want them to be comfortable. They've got to be versatile. Separates are better than single pieces because we can mix and match them. It's good if they're washable. We want as many of them as possible to have pockets. We know how beneficial pockets are, right? And we're going to limit our color
We don't
scheme
get
for the
pockets,
purposes of this
Elaine.
trip,
You know this.
to 2, maybe 3 colors, so that every piece goes with every other piece. So I want to show you how, with 3 tops, 3 pairs of slacks for you, George, maybe 2 pairs of slacks and a skirt for you, a vest and a jacket, and 2 comfortable
vest?
shoes, you can go for 2 weeks or even longer.
Of course, Elaine
all
wants
around
to wear
Europe.
a vest.
That's it?
That's it. It'll happen. Okay.
You believe it?
No.
Okay.
This is the kind of thing you could wear traveling on the plane. You've got a comfortable T-shirt, it's washable, a comfortable pair of linen slacks, have a little bit of polyester in them so they're not going to get too wrinkled. They're washable too. A nice comfortable little jacket. If you wanted to add a little bit of color or dress it up a bit, you can have a little scarf.
What about being seen in the same outfit day after day?
But Amelia, you're going on vacation. You're not going to be seeing the same people. And, the point is you're not supposed to look like you're just stepped off the cover of Vogue magazine. You're going to relax and have fun. If you want to look like you stepped off the cover of Vogue magazine, then you need another 4 or 5 suitcases. The object here is to keep it simple.
Exactly.
So here we have another set. Again, similar colors. Each of these pieces go with every other piece.
God,
Got a
you know
simple
she
top,
pulled that
nice
right out
vest
of her
for
closet.
A little variety and warmth if we need it. Pants. Each of these pieces will go with each of these pieces. If you want to dress it up a little bit for your dinner out on the town, simple little black top. Again, the jacket will go over this if it's cool. Or you can carry along a little sweater with another top that will go over the skirt and create another look. Now, if you really wanted to add an extra little bit of color,
oh, lovely.
Get rid of this scarf and throw on another one. You can do it with just a couple of simple accessories.
I don't wear casual clothes because I'm not a punk-ass
I like to be able to
bitch.
dress up, dress down, but I want to make sure I'm comfortable.
Okay, I think comfort is the
I look
very
hot
important factor, and
always.
that's part of what all of this is about, is to be comfortable and also to have some versatility. So here you are dressed.
You think I'm gonna look like Elaine?
A
Hmm?
nice blazer.
You think I'm
a
ever
button-down
in my
shirt,
life gonna look like
and,
Elaine?
a pair of chinos. You add a tie or two. You can have a dress-up look there. You have a little vest. The weather turns cool. Also adds a little versatility. A couple of polo shirts and a couple more pairs of pants, chinos and dress gray slacks. It'll take you anywhere through Europe for 2 weeks or more.
And all of that in one suitcase per person?
All of this in one suitcase per person. Trust me.
You believe it?
No.
I don't believe it.
Okay, Amelia, we have your things folded here and ready to put into the suitcase when the time comes. And as far as I'm concerned, one of the major reasons to keep the number of things that we take in terms of clothing to a minimum is that leaves us some extra room, since we only have one bag, to carry what I feel are some indispensable convenience items that are going to make the trip so much more enjoyable. And I want to start here and show you 4 things that make it possible to keep a limited number of clothes in your bag.
Just
And
bring
one is a
extra
steamer.
luggage.
And this is just a terrific item.
You're not
to have
carrying it
because
around all day.
You can use regular
Who gives a
tap
fuck how
water,
much stuff you bring?
And in a couple of minutes, you can steam out any creases that you may have in your clothes. You can also use this to heat water for your coffee or tea in the morning.
I don't have time
Then
for
you
this,
can wipe
Elaine.
it out and store any jewelry or valuables. Of course, you're not going to be taking a whole lot of jewelry or valuables on this simple trip, but it's dual purpose. And a lot of these things that we're going to be talking about are dual purpose, and that's one thing that makes them convenient. You're also going to want some kind of laundry kit, you know, with soap to last you for the 2-week period, some clothespins so you can hang up the items that you wash, a little laundry bag, and the best of all, a sink stopper, because many European sinks don't have stoppers. So that's a nice little package of things to have to help you extend the life of the clothes on the road. Another thing is this
This looks like a lot of unnecessary
which
shit,
is a
Elaine.
very absorbent natural fiber which absorbs a lot of the moisture for when you do the hand laundry, so your things dry faster. And you know, so many travelers now are doing their own laundry in the hotel room. It's cheaper, it's faster.
Who is doing their own laundry in a hotel?
It just makes it so much easier. And of course, a
I don't
spot
know where
remover.
this lady came
You know,
from.
Get a spot in
I
your
don't know
seat or
what is
something.
wrong with
And
her.
these kinds of things are helpful in terms of extending these 9 items of clothing that you're going to be taking along. Now, before we start packing some of these things away, let's talk about suitcases, bags, that sort of thing. I've traveled all over the world. I've used practically every
I'm
kind of
bringing
bag
at least
imaginable.
4 suitcases
And
wherever
in
the
my
fuck I
opinion,
go.
this rolling bag is absolutely the best there is. It's got these wonderful sturdy wheels on it, which makes it possible for you to let the bag do the work for you. You don't have to carry these heavy bags on your shoulder and be worn out by the time you arrive at your destination. It's got wonderful little pockets around here and there. It's soft, lightweight, carry-on on all national flights and most international flights, so you can have it under the seat in front of you or in the overhead compartment. You don't have to worry about missing your next plane. If you've got a tight connection, you've got your baggage right there with you. It's so convenient. Anything you need on the plane, you've got it right here, and I'll show you how we pack some of these things that you want immediate access to in the outside pockets.
So the handle is right on the bag.
Handle is right here, comes out, makes it possible for you to carry it. roll
Have
it
you
behind
never seen
all over
luggage
the place.
before, ma'am?
Comes up like that, you know, and it's great. And you can also use it to carry another bag right on here, roll around, so that you don't have to carry any bags.
Love it.
Great.
Love it.
And there's a reason these things are so popular, and you see them all over the place, because they really make traveling simple. And so we're looking at now starting to put some of these items in here, and we put in some of the harder, heavier items so that when the bag tips up, when we're rolling it, those items are already at the bottom of the bag. So we'll just kind of tuck these in here. And now another
It's
thing
taking
that
too
I
much-
know you're
too
gonna
much
want is a
space, ma'am.
hairdryer. And a compact, lightweight hairdryer like this, dual voltage, so you can take it anywhere around the world. Goes from 110 to 220. And what I like to do ahead of time is set it on the 220 voltage so that I don't forget and plug it in and blow out the dryer. I did that once in Sydney, and promise I'll never do that again. Another great item that I love to have in my bag is a portable tote. And this is a great little thing because, Amelia, you'll be able to do all your souvenir shopping with this thing.
A lot of that.
Right.
Got handles,
Where's she gonna put it?
it's zippered. And even if you don't bring back a lot of souvenirs, I find whenever I go on a trip.
What if she fills that bag up? Where is it gonna go?
When it comes time to come home, even if I haven't purchased any additional items, somehow it just never all fits in the same. So if you have a bag like this, it's carry-on. And I love these kinds of portable pockets. They're great for lingerie, socks, that sort of thing. They just fit right in here in the bottom very nice and neatly. and kind of mush around in there. And they come in all sizes. They're great for any kind of travel documents you want to take, a copy of your itinerary, copies of your tickets, copies of your traveler's checks, anything like that. And we have in here some silk long johns, which I think are just great. Now, these, again, are double duty. They work as long johns for extra warmth. If you need them, you're going to go sailing on the Bay of Biscay, right? You want that extra layer of warmth. And they're also great for sleeping and loungewear. So triple duty in this case. And they wash out, you know, very quickly and easily dry quickly.
Cold water soap and...
I don't want to go on vacation with Elaine.
My favorite.
She's going to be fucking washing her clothes in the sink.
And I love this kind of thing because it's got the pockets up here for
just bring a second luggage, ma'am.
Things that you need, and it's got a zippered pocket for you can put your hairdryer in here, and a pocket here with a mesh cover so you can see what's in it. And you know, so many hotels these days, even really wonderful hotels, don't have enough counter space in the bathrooms, so you can just hang this up on the door, on the shower rack, towel rack, and you have everything right there that you need.
Now, do they have a men's version of that?
This is men's and women's. You can have your own
one
toilet
each.
kit. Right. And there are some great items in here that I want to share with you that are so nice to have along on a trip like this.
A razor?
Retractable razor.
Great.
Size of a lipstick tube. And you'll never again reach into your toilet kit and slice your finger on a razor blade.
Who would ever slice their finger on a razor blade?
And this is just fabulous. I mean, I know you'll love this. A folding brush.
Oh, amazing.
Isn't that great?
And a mirror.
And a mirror. The whole thing right there. And it folds up to such... And the other thing about it that's so wonderful, it's round. You know, so many women like that, to get that little curl in your hair. I know you guys don't care about that, but for women, it's great. And takes up such a little bit of space. Another thing that I find very handy on a trip of any type is a little flashlight. Map reading. If you're in an unfamiliar room where it's dark, you have to go down the hall in some quaint little pension or something, you've got a light to help you.
So you won't be waking me up?
No, right.
Okay.
And you could read late at night.
Yeah, because usually you flip that light on and it's...
I've also learned to take along a pair of slippers like this. They take up such a little amount of space. You can wear them into the shower, you can wear them down to the beach, again, dual purpose. And you don't have to take along an extra pair of slippers or house shoes or sandals. They even work as sandals in a pinch if you need to.
So those come in all sizes?
Those come in all sizes, yeah.
Great.
Good. So I get a pair too?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes, you each have to have your own. Another thing that I love to have is this little snack pack, which is a kind of a little knife and fork and spoon.
You don't need those. It's not a snack pack.
So, George, if you miss those reservations at the Place de l'Opéra, you and Amelia can have dinner or even lunch, picnic on the Seine with your own little snack pack.
Wow,
great
idea.
Cut your loaf of bread and glass of wine, and Amelia, what more do you need, right? And these little things are nice too. They can. This, for example, can hold a month's worth of face cream for you, Amelia. You don't have to have a lot of a big, huge jar of stuff. You can decant it into one of these. And I like this kind of thing for earrings. A few little accessory pieces that you can fit right in there. And first aid cream and, you know, all the other goodies. We all have our favorite things that we like to take along. And most of it will fit right in this one bag. They're all in here together. They're visible. And it's real easy to pack them along. Now, if you're going to take a camera, I strongly suggest you use one of these X-ray protective bags for both your camera and your film.
Oh, Elaine, I have a question there. The airlines have been telling me for years that you really don't need to protect your film like that.
Right. I know the airlines say that, George, but, you know, it's interesting to me that all the film companies suggest that you use some kind of a protective cover for film. And I don't know a single professional photographer that doesn't use this kind of thing, especially for high-speed film, because the X-ray is cumulative and it eventually affects the film negatively. But my suggestion, if you want to have a really simple trip, is to leave the camera and the film at home. And you can buy postcards as mementos of your trip and simply learn to enjoy the moment. And
fuck you!
Salt remover, the Janie stick, in your cosmetics bag. And also, Amelia, all those other things we talked about, the nail file, the pens, the extra things that you had, of course, can go in your cosmetics bag. You'll have them right here.
Great.
In your bag.
Great. Now, are you going to put both pairs of shoes in the suitcase?
No, Amelia, you're going to be wearing one of them with your outfit that we've kept out here, right? The comfortable pair. Obviously, they're both going to be comfortable, and they're both going to be broken in. And then for the other pair, I like to store the socks in that extra space. Might as well take up that space there. And for years, I used to use plastic bags to cover my shoes. And a while ago, a friend gave me some of these wonderful handmade flannel bags, and they're just terrific because they expand. They can fit your shoes as well, George, and they go right in the side of the case, and they keep the scuffs off your clothes, and you can also use them to shine up the shoes.
Great.
A great dual-purpose thing again. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Sure makes it easy.
It certainly does.
It's all about
doesn't.
full packing.
Doesn't at all.
Now, we've got all of our goodies in the bottom of the bag here. And of course, you know, there may be special items that you each want to include, items of your own, and there's room here in the bag for those kinds of things. And now we're going to talk about how we can get the clothes and the rest of the bag. And one thing that's going to help us do that is this shelf that comes with the roller bag kind of situation. Fits right over the top there and makes it possible to include your folded items and keep them from getting wrinkled.
Just ball it up,
So that
throw it
fits
in
over
there.
the top.
No one cares.
And then you'll have your last two items on the hangers. I like to pack them on the hangers, and I like to just keep my own hangers because you never know. You get to a hotel and oftentimes no hangers there. And you can just kind of fold them in like this.
Elaine, how do you keep things from wrinkling?
Well, that's a good question.
There really is no surefire way of keeping things from wrinkling. There's so many people who have their tips about stuffing sleeves with tissue paper and wrapping the clothes in plastic bags and that sort of thing, inner folding so you don't have tight creases. As far as I'm concerned, if you're going to be traveling, you're going to have wrinkles. There's no way around it. And it's okay, you know. That's why we have a steamer. If it's important, you can steam them out. And that's another benefit of this shelf. It makes it possible to keep these things folded,
a steamer
flat,
anywhere
and have
in
easy
my
access to
life.
them. Again, with the inner folding, the item that you want is always in the middle of the fold, and you've got to unfold everything. Here, you just go right, pull out the top that you want, and you're in business. So simple.
Not business, Elaine.
So now, Amelia, we know that this outfit is what you're going to be wearing on the plane.
Right.
So we'll do away with that. And we put the skirt and the pants back in again. Tuck them lightly around the edges. Fold over the lid. Zip up the bag. And that is a simple bag.
Got it all in there?
Just one bag apiece.
One bag apiece. Now we have some pockets on the outside here, as you notice, and I like to use these to keep accessible the things you might need as soon as you get off the plane. For example, I almost never travel now without a poncho, and I prefer a poncho that folds up nice and neatly into a single pack like this to a raincoat that you can't fold up, and it's another thing that you have to carry. And a poncho covers everything. It'll cover your clothes, your bags, your camera, whatever, and it's just so much more convenient and versatile. And of course, an umbrella is always nice to have. Since you're going to France, you might want to have a little phrase book to help you find the museum.
Great. Yeah, this is getting exciting, isn't it?
And Amelia, we talked earlier about
It's
your
not
journal.
being
and this is
exciting,
a
George.
nice kind of thing to have. Again, double duty. You can have your addresses and phone numbers in the back. plus to write
Fucking
your
book made you
records
excited,
of
George.
Your expenses and information about the hotels and the various restaurants and places that you stay. You have the front pocket, the top pocket here for a ticket, so you have easy access to it when you're ready. And of course, you want a good book for the trip.
Fuck you.
Simple reading for a simple trip.
Fucking plug your book.
Now,
I didn't ask for
love
that.
to have eye shades and earplugs on a trip if I want to catch a few Z's en route. And I just usually keep these in my pocket. These earplugs are nice because they're washable and you can reuse them. And I love to have an inflatable pillow. This is terrific because it's got a little cover that's washable and you can keep it clean. And the trick is with these, if you just blow them up, not quite full, about 3/4 full, and so you can just kind of suck your head back into it. It's so much more comfortable
I gotta blow it
than
up
the airline
on
pillows.
the plane.
And you can keep it right here in the pocket.
Why
So
would I
and that's
do?
the
Why
first
would
thing you
I
grab
put
when you
myself
go.
through that?
And comfy. I also like to keep a couple of these toothettes in place of a toothbrush. You can just kind of get rid of that fuzz that you find on your teeth. And then we have,
Fuzz.
last but not least, the pouch
Elaine, you're
that will
exposing
carry
yourself.
Your passport. Various pockets in here where you can keep change and that sort of thing. Goes right over the neck and fits down inside your bum.
Wow,
So it's accessible
Elaine,
to you,
what if you had a
but no
fucking
one else.
purse?
You love something?
So
let
we
it go.
have.
That's
both
exactly what she was thinking in that moment. She was like, oh, so a purse that you carry around your body? Yeah. I had that early and you told me not to bring it, so I should bring a purse.
Nice, classy, but nobody can see. And a cable lock is just a nice little handy thing to have if you want to make a last-minute trip into the duty-free shop, or you want to leave your luggage outside the restaurant or something.
You know all those things you jammed in your pockets, Elaine?
And
guess where it
Great
could have
idea,
went.
honey, because you always have me look after your bag.
Could have went in
And
the
that
purse.
just comes with a little
combination lock. You don't need a key, and you come back out, flip this right off, and it goes right in the pouch. So it's real easy to have along, and it just kind of deters the casual thief. There you have a simple bag.
Excellent.
Oh, and eyeglasses. For people who wear eyeglasses, this is a nice little compact case that you can carry. That's
And a bottle of vodka.
Has a Velcro
I've
strap. You
been
can
sauced
put it on
up
your
this
belt,
whole presentation.
and it makes it easy to have access to your glasses.
Great. Well, I think there was another pouch in the back here, wasn't there?
Well, George, I was kind of hiding that from you because this I was saving for Amelia. I know she's not going to be happy with just 3 tops and 3 bottoms. She's going to have an extra set that she's going to want to sneak in here when you're not looking.
Thank you, Elaine. Thank you.
Just for you. Simple bag with your water, which is going to be one of the tips I'm going to give you on how to avoid jet lag. Okay, guys. You've got a
Delicious.
simple bag. You've got just the number of clothes that you need and not a whole lot more. You've got some items that are going to help you have a much more enjoyable trip. And now let's talk about jet lag. I've read practically everything that's been written on the subject. I've experienced jet lag over the years, and I have finally figured out that there are really 2 or 3 things that you can do that will make a big difference in terms of this issue. One is to stay hydrated. Before you get on the plane, drink lots of water. While you're on the plane, drink lots of water. After you get off the plane, drink lots of water. It's very important to stay hydrated. And the second thing is, when you get on the plane,
She's gonna pee her one set of clothes,
set your
Elaine.
watch to Paris time.
You can't be doing
And when
that.
you arrive, hit the decks running. Forget about circadian rhythms. Forget about jet lag. Go out in the sunshine and fresh air and have a good time. Okay, guys, here you are. Bon voyage. Au revoir. And don't forget to send me a postcard.
It's going to be great.
Fuck you,
Thank
Elaine.
you, Elaine.
I'm
That's
bringing my
wonderful.
camera.
You've been such a help.
Thank you.
Postcard my ass.
I'm Elaine St. James. Thank you for joining us. I hope you've learned some tips about simple packing. And remember, the less you take,
I didn't think this would make me so angry, but it definitely did.
trip. And it could be a step towards living the simple life.
I'll bring 2 bags. It's fine. I'll pay the extra $40 it costs. I don't care. I'm good, Elaine. Think so. I didn't learn anything. Other than how quickly my blood pressure rises.
You're in constant bondage by the chains of Satan. Do the forces of fear,
I am.
depression, alcohol, drugs have you bound? You have the
Yes.
authority and the power in Jesus Christ to break the chains that bind you. It's
I don't
Dwight
want to.
Thompson's desire for you to experience all of God's power in your life. Through today's program, you can receive a very special television offer. Destruction or
Do the
Deliverance audio
chains
tape
come
library.
with the tapes?
6 powerful cassette messages. The Fourth Man, God Gives the Promise, The Greater One Indwells You, Putting on the Whole Armor of God, The Devil Can't Take Your Song, and Jesus, the Power of Change. All 6 tapes come in a colorful
Or like
cassette holder
Jesus,
for your love
the
gift
Power
of
of
$25 or more.
Chains and
By ordering
that.
through this telecast, you'll receive a free
Oh.
bonus tape of today's message, Freed from the Chain of Bondage.
No,
7
I don't
tapes in all.
want
Write today and request your set
guys can
of the
keep that
Destruction
one.
or
I don't
Deliverance
want it.
tape library. Write to Dwight Thompson, Post Office Box 1122, Downey, California 90240.
Has some of the humor gone out of your marriage?
Do you find yourself ready
Yes.
to choke your spouse for things that you used to laugh about together? Differences that seemed little?
Now loom larger than life? Hi, we're Paul and Nicole
What?
Johnson.
And to have and to
Hi.
hold deals with serious issues. Issues like the differences between men and women's concepts of intimacy.
The way we get stuck using scripts in our marriage.
How to overcome obstacles that keep us from really communicating with each other.
But this video looks at these issues a little differently, in a way that will let you laugh and process them together.
For this reason, we've added discussion questions at the end of each sketch. Feel free to jot them down or just pause the videotape and discuss them, answer them with your spouse. Either way, be open and honest. No pressure, no tests, just effective communication.
And who knows, maybe the next time one of these issues arises in your marriage, you'll find yourselves laughing about it together.
I'll be laughing. He won't.
Why are we really going on this thing this weekend? It might do our marriage more good if we just stayed home.
It'll be a good chance to get away, honey. Relax. Besides, the theme is intimacy.
Like I said, maybe we should just stay home.
Intimacy doesn't mean sex.
I know that. I know what intimacy is.
Sometimes I wonder,
That I don't know what intimacy means, or that I don't know what it means to you?
is there a difference?
Oh, you bet there is. I know what your concept of intimacy is.
Oh, you do?
Sure I do. I may not agree with it, but I know what the ultimate intimate evening would look like to you.
Wow, do tell.
It would begin with me waltzing in the door from work and sweeping you off of your feet.
Is there something wrong with this?
How was your day?
Just terrible.
What can I do to help? No, don't answer that. I know what to do. I'll put these in water. You just stay and rest. Where are the children?
I tied them up in their bedrooms. They were terrible.
I'm sorry.
I'm so proud of you. Let's put some coffee on and talk about it.
But what about the dishes in the kitchen?
Not now. After we talk. Then I'll do the dishes. Then I'm going to take you to your favorite restaurant.
Yeah? What's wrong with
And
this?
then we'll go shopping.
You know if he actually
I
did
could have
this,
shopped
this
all night.
dude's nutsack would be drained
I'll put the movie on.
I'll get the Kleenex.
the instant they got home.
That one was really good. I haven't cried like that since last weekend.
I'm just saying. What's wrong with this?
The mother's eyes. I could hardly watch.
I love documentaries.
There's just one more thing that would make tonight complete.
Do you want to have?
No. I just want to hold you for a while.
I mean, she was ready to fuck, dude.
Give
After all
me
of
a
that,
break.
she was ready to fuck.
Please, honey. Is that what you think my concept of intimacy is?
You know it is.
I know it's not.
Oh, come on. I know.
Oh no, they're
you.
packing. They fucked up. They need to watch Elaine's video. That's why they're fighting. Look at all the clothes they're packing. They're not doing it efficiently.
Not as well as I know you. Oh yeah, your perfect evening of intimacy would begin.
They wouldn't be arguing if they watched the video.
From work. Perfect timing. I've just finished all the vacuuming, and I've changed the oil in the car, and I've cleaned out all the gutters, and I've mowed the lawn. Let me take your briefcase. And
We
all
love
those
a
files,
handy woman.
honey, what a day. I baked you a fresh plate of homemade cookies, chocolate chip.
Hell yeah!
Favorite. Here's your paper. And here's your remote.
Why can't you do both? Why can't you guys do both things? What's the problem? They don't love each other. That's what's happening.
My day was wonderful, but I don't want to talk about it. I've talked enough today, and frankly, I'm tired of it. Hey, you know what time it is? Game time! Hey, oh, it's Walter Jackson. He got traded today. He's in a new uniform tonight. We're number 32. Look at him go. He's pulling 10 men. He could go all the... Pork fry? Hey, I didn't make anything for dinner. I thought we'd just snack till we throw up. We got chips, we got hot wings, we can order a pizza at halftime. He's at the 20, he's at the 10, he's at the 5. Hey, surf the channels.
I don't understand. Why is he making that noise? Fuck yeah! Who wouldn't want to walk around the house like this? That's for me. That's not for him. That's for me. You think he gives a shit about the feather boa? That's drama for myself.
Did I ever tell you that I love it when you ignore me? It really puts me in the mood.
I don't understand.
The kids are at Jill's. The door's locked. The cat's in the garage. The oven's turned off. And the night is young.
Why does he look like a fucking toad?
Run! 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 You've got to be kidding.
Come on, you have to admit you would love it.
Maybe parts of it.
I told you.
But that's not my perfect evening. The person you were describing isn't you. What about who I described?
Oh, Mr. Sensitive? Mr. I haven't cried like that since last weekend. No, that's not who I want to be married to, but parts of it were nice.
Which parts?
What parts did you like?
I'll tell you if you tell me.
Deal.
One question. Do you think we're
I'm so
trying to
creeped
stuff
out
too
by
much
his
into
like
this
weird chameleon eyes. Like they're so weird. Wives, no interrupting until he's finished. What do you mean it wasn't funny? It was hilarious. What does intimacy mean to you? Intimacy is when you can comfortably put your whole arm up.
Hi, we're the Randolphs. And we have scripts.
My name's Brian. This is my wife, Catherine. We knew for quite some time that we had scripts. We just didn't want to talk about it. We were scared.
We realized we had scripts one night about a year or so ago when we were fighting. Why do you speak to him like that?
Like what?
Like he can't do anything right.
I didn't speak to him like that.
You don't know how you come across.
Oh, and I guess you're gonna tell me how I come across.
Stop yelling at him and be nicer to him.
Like you are?
I didn't say that.
I don't want to treat him the way that you treat him. I'm his father, you're his mother.
Well, he needs more from you.
When did you become such a parenting expert?
When you became such a rotten parent.
Then it hit me. We'd had this argument before. We both stood there staring at each other with that overwhelming sense of deja vu. And I said, Catherine, we fought this fight before.
And I said, Brian, we fought this fight 100 times before. Now see, that is the aha moment, you know, for people who have scripts. If you don't have that we've been here before moment, then you either don't have scripts or...
Yeah, when you don't want to say the same thing over and over again, you just go into the boxing ring in the backyard and fight it out.
5 scripts began to surface in our marriage.
Now 5, that is pretty bad. But it ain't as bad as that one couple. Remember them, they're not here tonight. but they had 18 different scripts. They were pretty bad.
Now, scripts are those little plays that we use in our marriages or relationships when we're talking to each other without really listening or paying attention, or when we're defending our own point of view and don't really know why, like the garbage script.
Yeah, we had the garbage script, and the kid script, and the sex script, and the money script, and the silent script. I mean, we had 5 of them. We just didn't know what to do about them.
I even for a while tried to deny that we even had scripts. I know none of you men can identify with that. I mean, when we'd argue, we'd try not to use our scripts. We'd even argue about something completely different, so we didn't come back to our scripts.
But we always came back to them. I mean, the more we tried not to use them, the more they just flowed right out of our mouths. I mean, we were fighting like cats and dogs every day. There was hardly anything either one of us could say that didn't just trigger one of our scripts. Brian, I need you to take this garbage out.
Okay, hon, in a minute.
You always say, okay, hon, in a minute, and then you never do it. Now get up and go do it.
That's because you never give me enough time.
Yeah, was last week enough time?
You always exaggerate.
Because you never do anything around here.
Because you always going to do everything yourself.
Because you never do nothing I ask you to.
Because you always nagging.
It feels like I'm at
Because you
home.
never get up from the TV.
Because you always want me to do something.
Because you never spend any time with me.
Then one day, still can't believe it when I think about it, Catherine, she says to me, come here, baby. She says to me, Brian, I can't live like this anymore. We were stuck, and I knew it. I just didn't know what to do about it, so I did nothing.
Brian's right. I felt like I was drowning, and he was just watching me. I mean, I knew we needed help, and I knew we needed to change. I just didn't think he wanted to change anything.
I wanted to change. I just thought she was looking to me to be the one to change things. I didn't know where to start. I was scared to death, too.
Hey, maybe at this point we could share with them all, you know, the biggie.
Why not?
Because I'm not in the mood.
It's too much awkward laughing.
Well, you're never not in the mood. I'm tired and I don't want to.
Fine.
Now you're mad.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Well, how long's it been?
I don't know.
3 weeks,
What am I
5
gonna
days,
do
4
with this
hours, and 13
boner?
minutes.
Good grief.
You don't know. What's it say about you?
That I'm not preoccupied.
Preoccupied? You're not even post-occupied. You're so unoccupied, it's not even funny.
Well, I have a lot to do.
Like I don't.
I don't have time.
Once a month, you wash your dog more than that.
Well, I like washing the dog.
Oh.
I was making a joke, all right? I was
There's
making
a little bit of truth in every joke we tell.
Yeah, even the jokes you tell about my weight.
No.
You think I'm fat.
Honey, I'm fat too.
Darn right you are. But it doesn't seem to bother you any, and you don't hear me making jokes about it. Now just leave me alone. I'm tired, and I said no.
Usually that led right into the silent script.
Just don't get married, guys. You know? Not worth it.
And it was never very long from there till we ended up smack dab in the middle of the money script.
We just don't have it.
Yes, we do.
Why is there always something? Why do you always want more?
Oh, more toilet paper, more shoes for the kids. You're right. I'm so extravagant.
Why can't I just say no to you?
You can. You're doing it right now. You're absolutely great at it.
You know you'd spend every last dime we had.
Wrong. I could never pry it out of your clenched fist.
Well, that's our 5 scripts. The kid script, the garbage script, the sex script, the silent script, and the money script.
I gotta say
We
sex
stand
real
before you
quiet,
tonight and confess our desire that our
God will
scripts
hear
be
me.
torn up and thrown into the trash can.
We want to deal with our stuff right when it comes up. And we don't want the scripts that the TV wrote or the scripts that our parents wrote to keep getting played out in our marriage. And most of all, we want to stop writing scripts ourselves.
People can change, and God's merciful to show us how. Apart from His love and grace, which has found us, we'd stay stuck.
No.
And over time, our marriage would become so well rehearsed that our souls would die as we continued repeating lines like broken records.
We're hoping and praying for something more than that.
We're hoping, praying for a lot more than that.
Could you just imagine, like, actually watching those through advice? I feel so bad for anyone who had to do that.
Started off like most mornings for me. I was rushing around trying to get out the door to work. Sarah was in the kitchen and I asked her, "Honey, have you seen the checkbook?"
Yeah, once, a long time ago.
Honey.
It's where you always keep it, sweetheart. It's in the bedroom, over the dresser, behind the picture, in the wall safe, protected by the force field.
You're so funny.
When you find it, I need a couple of checks today.
When I find it, remind me. What do you need a couple checks for?
Why do you always have to ask me what do you need checks for? Why can't you just say, "Sure, honey"?
Sure, honey. What do you need checks for?
The grocery store.
And?
And?
You said you needed a couple of checks. That generally means 2.
It's a surprise.
Oh, no. Surprise, honey. A waterbed. Just what we always wanted. Surprise, honey. Do you like my new outfit? Surprise, honey. Patio furniture.
You don't like surprises.
No, I love surprises.
No, you don't.
I love surprises that are for me and are under $50. What do you want the other check for?
You're like a bloodhound.
I'm catching a scent.
Honey.
I'm getting closer.
Honey, don't. It's something for the house.
But what is it? I could smell it.
It's a
Toaster.
toaster? We already have one.
It's never stopped you from buying anything before.
It's a picture for the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
Honey.
No.
Sweetheart.
No. Don't give me that
I
look.
don't like pictures.
You know what look.
What look?
That look.
The I really want to buy a picture for the bathroom look?
No, the you're a terrible husband because you never let me buy anything look.
I wasn't giving you that look.
We just don't need it.
And what defines need?
Use, actual use.
Well, then let's take all your tools back.
Oh.
I did not say that.
Yes, she did. Or something like it. It was an attack.
Well, maybe it was true. Either way, it doesn't justify what he did after that.
I just don't think we need a picture for the bathroom, and that's that.
Oh, that's that, huh? No chance to talk about this? No chance to be adults and discuss this?
We have discussed this. I've made the decision.
And what if it wasn't your decision to make? Am I so unimportant around here that I can't make one decision? I guess it would be the wrong one.
Good guess.
I can't stand you when you get like this. I just want a stupid picture. Is every penny of our income yours to designate?
Listen, just stop it. I've made a decision. You don't have to pout or pitch a fit. Maybe you can get the picture another time.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
You're welcome. Please have my
Punch
castle
him.
clean and my supper
Right in the
ready
dick.
when I get home. Have a nice day. Does she just get to tell things her way? I tried to be understanding.
Huh.
I tried to be sympathetic.
Oh!
I even tried to be helpful. I did. What about the crushed velvet
He doesn't get laid. Let her buy the picture, dude.
I have so many pictures in the attic from my apartment. You know, you haven't put out any of that stuff in the 10 years we've been married.
Oh, really?
What about the picture that was over my couch?
It was not a couch. It might have been a couch at one time, but it was definitely not a couch. And the picture was a poster of the Cincinnati Big Red Machine super glued to cardboard. It's not going in the bathroom.
You're so unreasonable.
And you have no taste.
I mean, it's true.
Just give me the grocery check.
What?
Just give me the one check. It'll be fine. Thank you.
Am I missing something here?
Just that the grocery will let me write a check over the amount of purchase. It was not that calculated. He doesn't know. He wasn't even there.
So you still went
Just go to Target. They have all kinds
So
of
you
useless
went
shit
over
there.
my head.
And
I
groceries.
said no, and that.
You could get a picture from there.
Do you think we're missing the real issue here?
Maybe this isn't about the picture or the money at all.
What do you want from me?
A divorce.
Besides the picture.
I want you to want me to have the picture.
Why?
Because it would make me feel loved and valued. What do you want from me?
To feel loved and valued. But that comes when you respect the way that I feel. About spending money.
So we both want the same thing. To feel loved and valued.
Guys, don't worry. You're going to be
We're
working
just
for the rest of your
controlling
lives until you die. You can buy so many pictures.
I guess so.
It's fine.
You went overhanded and demanded my respect, thinking you would feel loved. But you made me so angry.
You went underhanded, get the picture by any means. Love and control, they don't go too well together.
Yeah, just stop being poor.
I need to know that
right?
you love me. More than you love money.
Y'all got a pretty big house. What's the problem?
I do love you.
Well, I guess you don't really have a lot of furniture.
I
It seems
worry
pretty
about
empty in there.
I need to know that you love me. More than the things you want to buy.
I love you. I love you.
You can keep the picture.
I don't want the picture now.
After all that?
It wasn't about the picture.
I know. It was about intimacy.
No, it was about the picture. For me, it was about the picture.
So what if the bathroom really needs a new picture?
This is too much homework for me. I don't know. I'm not into it. I feel like divorce is easier. Telling me we can't afford a picture. The fuck? Yeah, how cheap that stuff is. You wanna fight over a picture? We're fucking done. I'm not doing that shit. No. Yeah, just get the picture. It just makes everything easier.
Save 80% on your New Age books, records, CDs, audio, and videotapes with no obligation whatever by joining the New Age Media Club. Save $35 on your first purchase. Get your first 2 video cassettes for only $4.95 each, plus shipping and handling costs with your membership. The New Age America Video Catalog lets you meet the leading spokespersons, companies, and products within the New Age industry. The New Age America Video Catalog is your key to the future, featuring New Age music, crystals, astrology, numerology, spirituality, books, UFOs, and much, much more. It retails for $19.95 and is yours for only $4.95, a 75% savings. Also, get the Swami Beyond Ananda video cassette. Laugh along with the Swami as he holds forth on such topics as truth decay and speed suffering as a way to pay all your karmic debts quickly. This hilarious video cassette retails for $24.95 and is yours for only $4.95, and 80% savings with your membership. When you join the New Age Media Club, you'll receive both the New Age America video catalog and Swami Beyond Ananda video cassettes for only $4.95 each, plus shipping and handling. Keep both tapes for a full 10 days. If not fully satisfied, return them for a full refund. As a member of the New Age Media Club, you can buy what you want whenever you want to, with no further obligation whatever. You'll receive the club's exclusive newsletter about every 4 weeks. It will feature the main selection in your favorite category, plus hundreds of other titles, many at special bargain prices. It's easy to get your favorite New Age selection. If you want the main selection, do nothing. It will be sent to you out.
We number in the many thousands. We are projecting to you with all of our hearts the infinite love that stems from the most high dimensions.
I love you, Uriel.
Read about the reality of extraterrestrial life and the future of Earth within
I'll never forget you.
Confederation in a new book, Preparation for the Landing, by cosmic visionary Uriel, published by the Unarius Educational Foundation. Call 619-444-7062 for more information. Preparation for the Landing.
We watched her video a long time ago, and it was fabulous.
Fact or fiction? Where do you draw the line between them?
Beyond belief. Fact or fiction? Hosted by Jonathan Frakes. We live in a world where the real and the unreal live side by side, where substance is disguised as illusion, and the only explanations are unexplainable. Can you separate truth from fantasy?
Not good enough.
To do so, you must break through the web of your
I need a real
experience
explanation.
and open your mind to things beyond belief.
What makes something true and what makes it false? It's often difficult to tell. Each week, we explore the ambiguity of truth. The dictionary defines ambiguity as open to multiple interpretation. And even when you factor in all of those various possibilities and look at it from all angles,
No!
it's still the same.
You
Tonight,
sneaky
you will
bastard.
see stories that walk the
So
border
proud of
between
yourself.
fact and fiction. At one point, they may seem true to you, at the next moment, false. We'll tell you which is which at the end of our show. Of course, there is one thing they will all have in common. Ambiguity. To a museum, a true archaeological find is like winning the lottery. It boosts your ranking to the top of the world's collections and attracts visitors to your facility from all over the world. That's why every great discovery must be painstakingly authenticated. And when an exhibit like this passes the strongest tests of experts, it's both an historical and financially rewarding experience. It can also be a frightening one, as we are about to find out.
I'm scared.
As the head curator for the museum,
My favorite
I was asked
movie,
to
The
accompany
Mummy.
Our director to the private studio of Marcel Ducroix. Ducroix had an esteemed reputation as a collector of rare and valuable discoveries. But if his claim was correct this time, we would be looking at his greatest discovery of all. This, of course, did not stop Emile, our director, from being his brusque, rude self.
The appointment was for 3 o'clock, Monsieur Ducroix.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, gentlemen. I was asleep. I haven't been feeling well lately. But there she is. The Princess Ferentiti. Untouched since she was wrapped 300 years before Christ. When you have been doing this work for as long as I have, you learn to contain your emotions when confronted by something momentous. Yet
He's
my
so
heart
horny.
was racing with anticipation.
Dick's
This was
so
the
hard.
prize that had eluded discovery for over 2 centuries. I spent the next several hours checking and rechecking the elaborate mummy case, the wrappings, and the paperwork. And finally, I knew Emile would ask me the most important question of all, and I would have to commit.
Well, Daniel, what do you think?
It's authentic. Of course it's authentic.
If I may ask, how did this priceless relic come into your possession?
I am unable to divulge that. You must trust that it is mine to do as I wish. You can see that the paperwork is in order. It would be a great addition to the museum's collection of Egyptian artifacts.
Well, Monsieur Ducroix, it would appear you're going to be a very wealthy man.
How can one put a price on the head of Princess Ferentiti? There were still final checks to be done, and we had to wait for the availability of embalming experts. In the meantime, the museum took possession of the princess. And then one evening, according to the cleaning lady who was working a nightly shift, something very strange occurred.
Excuse me,
Boogie. Don't show her toes! She got those things done for the shoot.
Oh my God. Sir, I swear I'm telling you the truth. I don't imagine things. I saw this woman, this beautiful woman, and she was floating off the floor. Sir, it was the strangest thing I ever saw.
Mandy, I appreciate your sincerity and concern, But this story is completely ridiculous.
Sir, I swear on my children, I saw that woman.
Calm down. Sometimes the dim light.
I believe her.
No, sir. I saw what I saw, and I know I saw her. And if you don't believe me, then I'm not working here anymore. You understand? I quit.
She's a great actress. Love her.
I was sure Mandy would return. I could only guess she
Go
had been
off.
working too hard. Yet I decided to keep a special eye on our new exhibit. A week went by with no incident. And then, late one night, a security guard witnessed the same vision of the floating woman. I'm just saying it's very coincidental that Mandy and the security guard both had the same vision.
Please, Daniel, it's nothing. Most likely the power of suggestion. Mandy probably planted it in that guard's head. She talked about what she saw, and now he saw it.
Are you
That's
gonna
how
finish
these rumors
that?
get started.
Yes, Mandy I could understand. But the security guard, he has been with the museum for 15 years. He is very reliable.
So, you're saying you believe in this talk of a ghost?
I'm not saying that at all, Emile. I'm just saying it's a little odd, that's all.
Yes, it's odd.
It's
They're
a
probably
little
watching too
spooky,
much
isn't it?
television and reading too many tabloids. If you'll excuse me, Daniel, I have a dinner engagement.
So typical. The director
Okay, don't flex on me like that because I'm lonely. Don't tell me that you're going out with someone to eat. I gotta eat by myself in front of my computer, eating frozen meals. Well, don't do that. It's fucked up.
Pouring over
Don't
my
give a
nose.
shit about me, do you?
Suddenly I felt a cold chill go through me. I was relieved to see it was nothing but the fire going out. But then I couldn't believe my eyes.
I like when they're cold, okay?
What do you want of me? There was a deep gash on her forehead.
Show you a deep gash.
What happened?
Oh, whoops.
She seemed to be beckoning me to follow her. I approached the coffin of the princess carefully, but I could not be prepared for what I was about to see. There in the coffin was the woman whose ghost was haunting the museum.
Oh my god.
I contacted the police that same evening. Within a week, they arrested Marcel Ducroix for the murder of a beautiful young woman he had met in a local cafe. He had hit her
That
over the head with a
motherfucker.
blunt object, causing a gash on her forehead. He then wrapped her body and placed it in the coffin. Under interrogation, Ducroix answered every question except one. Where was the real body of Princess Ferrantiti? That still remains a mystery.
He ate
Was it
her
really
like
the
beef
spirit of
jerky.
the murdered woman who was haunting the museum at night? Or simply the imaginations of an overstressed
Jonathan, did
staff?
you steal that from the
The
museum?
exhibit
Put it
turned out
back.
to be an elaborate hoax, designed to hide a horrible crime. And didn't the physical description of the ghost match the woman in the coffin? Did this story of the mummy really happen? Or are we keeping the truth under wraps?
I love when he
Falls
smiles.
at the end of our show.
It's so
Next, when a
good.
security guard is forced to look terror in the face on Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.
It takes a lot to get into an office
Always
building
puts me in
these
a
days.
good mood.
ID cards, security passes, code boxes, special keys. But the most reliable security device of all is a dedicated human being. Someone like Vic Purnell. He had a perfect record at Dexter Industries. No incident had ever occurred on his watch. And when Vic wasn't actually involved in a security check, he was reading about things that would make him a more effective person and employee. Yes, Vic Purnell takes pride in his work. But what is that old saying? Oh, yes. Pride goeth before a fall.
Never
It's
heard that in
late Tuesday
my life.
afternoon, and Vic Purnell is training a new security guard.
Sometimes it's not enough just to check the doorknob. You gotta throw your whole weight against the door, make sure it's secure. Like this. You understand? Yeah, there's no shortcuts in the security business,
Can
Wes.
launch him through a window.
There's so much I can learn from a man like you, Mr. Purnell.
Like your attitude, Wes. You're gonna do real well around here. New company, healthcare benefits, lots of room for advancement. Even though we're still under construction, that vault there is fully operational. It contains computer secrets that are worth a lot of money on the open market.
Looks real secure to me.
Computer secrets.
Yeah, well, we've got 3 cameras, state-of-the-art
Good
laser
thing I'm a
alarm
master
system.
hacker.
Here's the control box. This key disarms the alarm if the system should misfire. Not that that is ever going to happen. I designed the system myself.
Really? You must be some kind of genius.
No, it's not that. I just know a few things. It's amazing what you can find in books.
I don't believe it. You've really got a perfect record?
15 years in the business. Not a single break-in or act of vandalism.
Wow, that's something to shoot for.
You can do it, kid.
Later that night, Vic Purnell ran his last monitor check and was ready for a cup of coffee and his latest book.
My kid's a little green, but I don't know, I think he'll work out okay.
Southwest quadrant doors are secure, sir.
Good job. Did you use your shoulders?
Don't move or I'll blow your brains out.
Yeah, blow him out.
I guess I didn't use my shoulder, Vic. Perfect record. Whew, bye-bye.
Thanks for the keys, Vic. Barry, no pulling, disabling the alarm.
That looks kind of fun.
All set.
Hey, Vic! What's behind door number 1?
Oh, what a score. Oh, yeah. This stuff's gonna bring us a ton of cash. In a few days, we're sitting on a beach in the Bahamas. With your babes, man. Hey, Vic, look at it this way. Records are made to be broken. I just broke yours.
The computer secrets, no! But the back, they're so powerful. And you guys are handling those very, very poorly. What are you doing? Stop.
Vic Purnell, a security guard whose hobby was reading, was watching his final chapter play out. Bound and gagged, he couldn't move out of his chair to protect his wife. But then...
Bruh. Oh, yeah!
Bolt blew, man. It's no big deal. Come on.
Do more. Do it more.
I like this. Get out of here. Come on, this way.
What is it?
He's incredible.
Hey, I got cut, man.
You know, if it weren't for the lights in the building going on and off, we would have just passed right by. There's been a power surge, or maybe they just short-circuited something when they disabled the alarm.
Yeah, maybe it was something.
Oh.
Whatever it was.
Oh, Vic.
My record is still perfect.
Oh, shit. Of course you were reading that. Of course you were.
What really happened?
God, I love this fucking
Was there
show.
some sort of electrical short behind those exploding lights? Perhaps the crooks caused the short when they tampered with the security system. Then the building had never experienced any sort of wiring problems in the past. Is it logical to assume such a coincidence could happen at the exact same time Vic was experimenting with telekinesis? Do you believe this story of top security? Or are we trying to sneak one past you?
We'll find out whether this story is true or false at the end of our show. Next, a student spends a night of horror in a cemetery on Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.
Cool.
How much money would it take to make you spend a night in a cemetery?
Get that tombstone off of there.
$100?
Well, that's way more than $50. That's way more than
High
$100.
school student. But what is it about a grave?
Jonathan, do you have no concept of money?
Do we actually believe that there are spirits and ghosts?
What do you want, $50?
Melissa doesn't believe
Pulls
in
out a
ghosts or
grand. Here you
spirits.
go.
She believes in picking up some easy money. And she is about to earn every penny.
Even if they were all ones, one band of ones is $100. So him saying $50 means that was like $600 on the table. He doesn't know what money is.
I told you I hate this song.
Hey, what'd you do that for?
It's a stupid song.
It was kind of stupid.
Glenn stood you up again.
He didn't stand me up. He's got the flu. I just wish he'd quit getting sick on Friday nights.
Whatever.
I hate this town. It's so boring. There's never anything to do. Cemetery! You're so superstitious.
Hey, you guys know who's buried in that cemetery, don't you?
Yeah, dead people. Lots of them.
Well, one of those dead people just happens to be Wilbur Lister.
Who's he?
He was a serial killer. Murdered 22 teenage girls and buried them under his house. Yeah, he was caught, executed, and buried in that cemetery right there.
That's my bio.
Right. Grave
Commander
number
Rifle
14.
Holy shit also heist Cecilia.
So the story goes.
I know the story.
Oh, what? And you don't believe it?
No, I don't believe it. It's just some stupid, scary story made up by a stupid, scary-looking person like you.
Okay.
Fucking got him.
I'll give you $100 if you go sit out there on Lister's grave for 2 hours. Huh? How about it, Melissa? You got the guts or you chicken?
I wouldn't do it for 1,000.
You're on.
That was a pretty good
But you
impression. I
better
gotta
have
give him
$100.
that. He's a dick,
All
but
right.
he can make a good chicken sound.
We shall see. Okay. Here's what you gotta do. After the 2 hours are up, you take the knife and you
Holy
stab it into Lister's
shit!
grave.
Why do you have that?
That's how we'll know you were there.
And take your phone and keep in touch, okay?
Stop worrying, Crystal. There's nothing in there but bones.
That's a
I'm
big
Wilbur
ass
Lister
knife.
and I'm hungry for blood.
How do I get one? They're kind of cool.
Now that's my kind of nut.
Okay, Wilbur.
24 karat, baby.
Your grave is
Where did
towards
he
the
pull
big
that knife
oak
from?
tree.
Zone sweat.
Should be easy to find since those kids carved that skull on your headstone. I'm not afraid of your curse, Wilbur. I'm gonna leave here tonight. $100.
I'm not scared of you, Wilbur.
Tell
Wouldn't that be
Dustin
cool if she
that I'm
actually
still
didn't
alive
have a
and they're
hand?
still dead.
She's had a fucking blade.
I'm Lister and I want you.
If you love something, let it go. If it resubscribes, then
She hung
that's
up. You
great.
made her hang up. Hate you.
Come here. Come here. Come here.
When The most badass thing you could ever do
Valentine's Day.
is put a skull and bones on your
I'm gonna be spending a
gravestone.
couple hours here with you, whether you like it or not.
That's just fun. That's just fun.
Well, Wilbur, looks like our date's almost over. Another 15 minutes and I'll be $100 richer.
You're never going to leave here.
Real cute, Dustin.
Is he British?
All right, where are you?
Nobody leaves here unless I let them.
You're never gonna leave
It's not
here.
gonna work. You're not gonna scare me out of that $100, so you may as well come out now.
Oh, yuck. Who would make out to this music?
Where's Dustin?
He's right
Fucking
here next to me.
weirdos.
I swear. Would you stop? See, I told you he was here.
Tell him I'm leaving, because my 2 hours are up.
She's leaving.
Hey, tell her not to forget to stab the knife in the grave so we know you were there.
You're not going anywhere. I told you I wouldn't let you leave.
Did you have the phone ring?
No, no.
Listen on the radio.
Come here.
I want the answer!
No more calls, Melissa. No more anything.
Oh no, she died.
No marks on her. Looks like she died of fright. Why didn't she run away?
She couldn't. That knife is stuck right through her coat. She pinned herself to the grave.
She would have wiggled out of the coat. She would have.
Was it the ghosts of the graveyard that did her in? Or did she scare herself to death by unknowingly plunging the knife into the hem of her coat?
God.
Trapping her in place and causing her imagination to take over in the dark.
Jonathan.
Do you think this story of terror in the cemetery is real? Or do you have grave doubts?
We'll find out whether this story is true or false at the end of our show. Next, eyewitnesses claim to see a giant...
You can't be that funny,
belief,
sir. You can't.
Can you remember the tallest man you've ever seen? I stand 6'4". This life-size cutout of Harlem Globetrotter Pascal Frenchy Fleury is 7'3".
Jonathan's really tall.
World Records lists Robert Pershing Wadlow as the world's tallest
Holy
man
shit.
at 8'11" 1/10 inch. Yet when you read the writings of history, you can't help wonder
I feel so
if some
small
men were even
next to
taller.
him.
How tall was Goliath, Paul Bunyan? And how about all those giants that populate ancient fairy tales? In this story, there may be a man that doubles the size of the tallest man in the world. That is, if you can believe the eyewitnesses.
When you're a cop, you have to investigate everyone's murder.
Cool cop
Even if the
voice.
murderer
I love it.
was a man you may personally despise.
Yeah.
The morning I was called to this particular crime scene, I didn't know who the dead man was yet.
Tell me
I was
more.
just given an address. But I was about to be reminded that the victim was a creep, a liar, and a wife beater. And in my opinion,
fuck that guy.
he also murdered his wife Marie a couple of years ago. He got off due to an expensive legal team, a weak judge, and an incompetent prosecutor. He liked to brag about how he was found not guilty. But 8 o'clock this morning,
What an
he
asshole.
was found dead.
Good. Fuck him.
What do we got? Victim is a white male, about 35 years old. No sign of forced entry or robbery. The weird thing is, though, the apartment was deadbolted from the inside.
Maybe the victim deadbolted
Oh,
it
look
after
at
the
this
killer
guy's
left,
bits.
just to be safe.
Was the knife
Sir.
stabbed into straight
This is a bad
concrete?
joke, Mark.
Did she have the leg strength of a
Where did he
toddler?
die?
Balcony, sir.
How do we know she heard a voice if she died without telling anyone? Calling it now. Obviously true.
Got a cause of death, Felix?
Yeah, somebody broke his neck. I'd say the time of death was around 6 a.m.
Whoever
I
did
love
it had
neck
to be a
stuff.
very powerful man. Got an ID on the deceased?
George Delarousse.
He owned a couple of restaurants out in the valley.
George Delarose. That's the guy who was tried for murdering his wife about a year ago.
I remember. He beat that.
Yeah. Best defense money could buy. Accused of spousal abuse, and his wife turns up brutally murdered. And the husband just happens to have a perfect alibi.
When have we heard that before?
So he's sitting here, enjoying his morning coffee and his newspaper. Somebody grabs him from behind. No forced entry. So that means somebody climbed 2 stories, broke this guy's neck, and then climbed back down again. You got any witnesses?
3 of them, and you wouldn't believe what they had to say.
I was getting ready for work this morning. It was about 6 a.m. when I heard this terrible noise. It sounded like a man screaming. Yeah, I looked out my
got wrecked
window.
by Andre the Giant. Good fuck this guy.
I'll never forget what I saw. It was a giant man, as tall as the balcony, and he had on a dark overcoat and this long, flowing black hair. And he was shaking something on the balcony like a rag doll. And then I realized what it was. It was a man. It was so terrible. I've never seen anyone murdered before.
Mrs. Denby, the murderer you saw, if he was as tall as the balcony, do you realize he'd be 18 feet tall?
Well, I know
That's
that
pretty
sounds
hot.
crazy, but that's what I saw.
All right, look. Detective Marquez will take you down and get you a cup of tea. I'll talk to you in a little bit, all right? I interrogated 2 other eyewitnesses. All 3 accounts were identical. A giant man, about 18 feet tall, dressed in dark clothing with long, unruly hair.
It's gotta be true.
Was seen standing
3
in front of
people
a
saw
balcony
it.
just before sunup, about 6 a.m. All right, I'll tell you what. Why don't you guys go over there and talk to Detective Donnie over there. His name's Don Gonzalez. It's okay. An 18-foot killer on the loose. Pretty weird, huh, Felix?
Want to hear something weirder? Whoever made this print weighed at least 500 pounds.
This big as fuck. Oh my lord.
I struggled with the case for several days. The witnesses all checked out. But a giant 18-foot murderer, how can that be possible? And where did he go? 18-foot men don't just disappear into thin air. I decided to check out George Delarouse's apartment again. I took my time, and I tried to imagine what happened that morning.
Beautiful flowers. Nice.
This was the strangest case I ever had. The death of George Delarouse didn't bother me that much. As far as I was concerned, Delarouse got away with murdering his wife. My job was to see nobody got away with murdering him. There were a lot of people who hated George, especially after he got off at the trial. I remembered that Marie actually lived in this apartment with him.
Why would he get off at the trial? That's so
I recalled
inappropriate.
from the newspaper articles that she
Do
had a
that shit when
colorful
you're home.
history. In fact, she and George first met when she was a performer in Las Vegas. Obviously a memoir Marie had left behind. I didn't know what I was looking for, but I began to flip through the album. It was filled with old newspaper clippings and photos. One of the photos was of Marie Garibaldi and her brothers. The Flying Garibaldis, a well-known circus act from Milan, Italy. With each flip of the page, I learned more about Marie and her 3 brothers. They were a family of acrobats who traveled extensively throughout Europe. Marie Garibaldi left the act because she fell in love and married George Delarose. Reports of the abuse she suffered at his hands filtered back to her brothers through letters she wrote. She continued to write to them up until the time of her tragic murder.
You know, if he read the Bible to me,
The
I would
blank
listen.
pages that followed were her obituary. I felt sorry for this woman, trapped away from her homeland in an abusive marriage. But what did it all have to do with the murder of George Delarose? And how did it add up to an 18-foot giant at George's balcony? Obviously, she knew lots of circus performers. Did one of them kill George? The answer was in the poster on the wall. Marie's
Yeah.
The other measured close to 18 feet. The brother at the top was certainly strong enough to strangle a man while standing on the shoulders of his brothers. I could have filed extradition papers to call the Garibaldi brothers back from Milan. But like I said, I didn't care much for George Delarose. And Italy is out of my jurisdiction.
He didn't give a fuck. That's called street justice.
Is this story possible? Did 3
Motherfuckers
acrobats really
kill that
choose to
dude.
avenge their sister's death using the skills they had perfected over the years? If that explanation seems far-fetched to you, then how do you explain the witnesses who claimed to see a giant? Were they experiencing mass hallucination? Is this story of
Mass
familial revenge a
hallucination?
true one? Or is it just another one of our tall tales?
We'll find out if this story is true
You're
or
so
false at the
funny,
end of our
Jonathan.
show. Next, a river holds the secret of a mysterious stranger on Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.
Have you ever walked out of a mall into a huge parking area and realized you'd forgotten where you parked your car?
No.
You could literally wander for hours trying to find it, or you could wait till dark when your car will probably be the only one left in the lot. Now here's a modern solution.
Yeah,
By pushing
each
the
row
button
is
on this
lettered
remote key,
so that you don't
you can send a
forget.
signal to your car. But what happens when your car is nowhere to be found?
If you hold it up
When
to
it's
your
been
head, it
towed
makes the
away,
signal stronger. I don't know if that's
Then
true,
what do
but I heard it in La La Land, and I love that movie.
The story of the man in the designer's suit is a famous one in Beauville County. And it all started in the waters of the Beauville River.
They towed my car. They towed my car.
His ripped clothing caked with Spanish moss and bayou mud. This man, Edward Decatur, was a kind of sight never
That's
seen
like my
before by the citizens of
late
Beauville.
night outfit. Covered in moss and mud.
My car. They towed my car.
Yeah. Check this boy out.
Beauville County. Population 304. +1.
They towed my car.
He looks to be having himself a real bad day.
They towed his car.
He's from the city, I can tell you that. Now, how can you tell? What makes you such an authority?
We'll see his suit. It may look tore up, but it don't come cheap.
Uh-oh. He's coming our way.
They towed my car.
And you won't need us. We're retired.
They towed my car.
Well, that's a doggone shame, son, but we can't help you. Like my friend says, we're retired. Now go on, just move on along. We don't want no trouble. Do we, Daryl?
Huh? No, we don't.
I have to find my car.
Man's on a mission.
Boy, looks like he's been attacked by a pack of dogs.
They still talk about the man in the fancy suit who wandered through town looking for his car, talking to himself, and looking like he had just seen something terrible. And when they tell the story, they always point out that nobody in Beauville took the time to show him any kindness. Nobody except little Reese.
Oh.
Hey, mister.
Reese!
Are you crying?
They towed my car.
Well, you ain't gotta cry about it. I'll help you find it.
Oh, Reese. You're so
I heard-
sweet.
What happened to you? Why are you so dirty and beat up?
I gotta get something out of the trunk.
You sure are strange. Come on, I'll take you to Wally. He does all the towing around here. I'll take you there. Come on.
Oh. Oh. What a nice kid.
What's your name? My name's Reese and I'm 11.
I'm Edward. And they towed my car.
That must be some kind of car.
People say that Reese was taking a dangerous chance that day in befriending the stranger. But Reese wasn't afraid, and the stranger was gentle with him. Reese knew that if anybody had towed the man's car, Wally would be the one who would know.
Hey, Wally.
Wally!
Talk to you about his car.
Man, what the hell happened to you, mister?
Don't say that in front of Reese. He's a child.
Come over here for a minute, son. Son, I want to talk to you for a minute. Son, what are you doing with that awful-looking man?
What the hell is wrong with you,
And I want to
Reese?
help him find his car. Did you tow it?
Well, I pulled the car out the river earlier today. A lot of water damage.
Water damage. Hey, where'd my friend go? Hey, Edward, is that your car?
It was towed. I found it.
Well, you know there's towing charges. I had to pull it out the river. Broke 2 chains doing it.
I have to get something out of the trunk.
Well, you got a key?
I have to get something out of the trunk.
Well, that means I'm gonna have to put the crowbar to it. That means busting the lock. Is that all right with you?
I have to get something
I know
out of
you
the
got
trunk.
to get something out the trunk, yeah.
He really has to get something out of the trunk.
Step back. It's gonna get a little wet around here.
Wow, it's like a dam burst.
It was what Wally saw next that has made this story live forever in Beauville.
Stay back, son. Stay back.
What's wrong, Wally? Where's my friend?
Wally thought about just walking Reese away, but he had to have another witness.
Show him the dead body!
Thus ends the saga of the wandering spirit in the designer.
My friend! No!
Is there a logical explanation for this story? Was it somebody else in the trunk? Someone who looked like Edward? An identical twin, perhaps? But then, where did Edward disappear to? Did
Rest
the young
in peace,
boy
Edward.
imagine the
I'm
whole
sorry,
thing?
man.
And how did Edward end up
Died
in
in
the
your
trunk
car,
of
in
his
the
car
trunk
anyway?
somehow.
Maybe the answer lies in the gambling debts he had built
Someone
up with
killed
organized
you.
crime.
Oh,
Whatever the
that's
explanation,
sad, Jonathan.
Is
No.
this story of a stranger in a car pulled out of the water inspired by an actual incident? Or are we pulling your chain?
Coming up, we'll find out which of our stories tonight were fact and which were fiction when Beyond Belief returns.
Now, let's take a look at tonight's stories and see which ones were inspired by actual events and which were total works of fiction.
Oh, guys.
The story of the
Get your
mummy that
guesses
turned out
in.
to be a cover-up for a murder. Did you think that was true or false?
It cannot be.
We can't do votes because these go by really fast.
If you guessed this story had the ring of truth, you're right. A story similar to this one.
Oh,
did take place.
fuck.
Let's review the story of the security guard who used his mind to protect his building. Truth or falsehood?
Even though we're still under construction, that vault there is fully operational. It contains computer secrets that are worth a lot of money on the open market.
You stole the computer secrets?
Get out of here.
Come on, this way.
Did you think this story was a figment of a writer's imagination? Not this time. It happened.
Get fucked! It's real!
First-hand interviews conducted by author Robert Trailins. Our story of the girl who had the courage to spend the night on a killer's grave. Is this one true?
It's not gonna work. You're not gonna scare me out of that $100, so you may as well come out now. Where's Dustin?
He's right here next to me. I swear.
You
stop. See, I told you he was here.
Tell him I'm leaving because my 2 hours are up.
She's leaving.
Hey, tell her not to forget to stab
2 hours and all y'all did in the car was make out. The mouth must be nasty.
Did you guess that a girl did die this way? If you did, you're wrong. This one's an urban legend. It's fiction. And how about the story of the giant that turned out to be a human tower formed by 3 acrobats? Real or unreal?
I think this is my favorite story of all time.
An 18-foot killer on the loose.
Everything about this just makes me happy.
Whoever made this print weighed at least 500 pounds.
So he's sitting
It's just-
here enjoying his
It was
morning
just so
coffee
good.
and his newspaper. Somebody grabs him
Completely
from behind.
enthralling. I loved it.
No forced entry. So that means somebody climbed 2 stories, broke this guy's neck, and then climbed back down again.
Was this story of a revenge taken by 3 brothers inspired by an actual event? Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's take another look at the tale of the man whose car was towed, only to be recovered with him inside it.
Step back. It's gonna get a little wet around here.
Wow, it's like a dam burst.
That kid was so excited to say damn.
Stay back, son. Stay back.
What's wrong, Wally? Where's my friend?
Did you think this one was a work of fiction? You're right again. We made up this one.
That's a fun story, though. I like it. Whoever wrote that one.
Once again, we've challenged you to separate fact from fantasy. Were you successful tonight? Or did you find our explanations to be ultimately beyond belief? I'm Jonathan Frakes.
Join us for more stories on Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.
Yeah, y'all gotta learn telekinesis. Like now. You never know when you're gonna need it. Yeah, but the acrobat one was true, and that's what makes it the best story. Like, what a fun way to murder somebody.
Thomson licenc. Technológia felsőfokon a Videotontól. A Videoton elektronika márkaboltjaiban.
I hate doing the dishes.
Then watch this. Introducing Dishwasher by Vortex, the revolutionary new kitchen appliance that makes dishwashing a breeze. Just turn on the water and Dishwasher's powerful turbo spins the brush like a cyclone. Dishes come sparkling clean in seconds. There's never been anything like it. A teaspoon of detergent in the built-in soap dispenser does the entire load. Wash here, rinse here. Done.
Just
it's that
get a
simple.
dishwasher. Use your hands.
Stuck on eggs? Who cares? Dishwasher spins them off.
Whose eggs would get stuck on a plate like
that? Pots and pans. You bet it can. Dishwasher is safe for all non-stick surfaces. The special brush reaches easily into all your cups and glasses. Even a tiny pitcher.
Yeah, it's so tiny.
And it gets those tough in-between places on silverware and utensils. Dishwasher is built to last. The entire unit snaps off and on at the snap of a finger and swivels to any convenient position. Imagine, no more sink full of filthy dishwater. No more greasy, oily hands. No more
if you do that,
mess.
you're nasty.
Dishwasher's so easy, even the kids will want to help. And look, it also sharpens knives, even knives this dull.
Oh,
the
that
genuine
tomato, that poor
Whetstone knife
tomato.
sharpener power hones them razor
Yeah,
sharp in
oh
seconds.
yeah.
Make all your knives
Do
look
more.
new, and scissors too. Dishwasher is just $19.95 through this special TV offer. And if you order now, you'll also get this baby bottle attachment that
Bring
even
the
fits
tomato
a
back.
tiny bud vase, plus this nipple washer to assure cleanliness. You get
definitely need a
everything for
nipple washer.
only $19.95. So call now for rush delivery. Here's how to order.
I'm so excited, guys. Oh, I'm so excited.
Disturbance in the space-time continuum.
Yes.
I solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution and the laws.
What do you mean starring?
Defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America.
Johnny.
Against all enemies,
Johnny.
foreign and domestic.
In the space-time continuum.
And that I will bear true witness and faith to the same. And that I take this obligation freely. And without mental reservation. Or purpose of evasion.
Written by Steve Urkel.
Help me God.
What a name.
My special congratulations to you, Mr. Johnny Five.
Yeah.
Oh, citizenship, major eye exercise.
What, Johnny?
Homeowner, real estate, taxes. Mean machine. 4x4, 5 on the floor. Monthly payments.
I miss Johnny.
Howdy, friendly neighbor Lisa. Nice new wheels. Are you selling the old one?
Yep, this is my brand new baby.
Oh, must have been a difficult delivery. Oh, you turn. Mow your lawn, gently down the street.
You think he's just rotting away in some storage unit?
I ain't going to the slammer.
No one cares about him. No one's ever cared about him.
No dice. Not me. No way. Take a hike. Wise up. Get out of town.
That's why I love him.
7 a.m. Wake up. Bedtime. Night-night.
What a sick license plate. No. Anyway.
Wise up. Get out of town. 7 a.m. Wake up. Bedtime. Night-night.
Hello?
Thanks for the bits.